outside the pocket, whether it's design plays or whether he just feels pressure and just gets outside the pocket and doesn't necessarily scramble for first downs, because we've seen now that he's done that. He's willing to do that, but he could injure that ankle again. I want to see him break the pocket, extend plays, and give our receivers some second chance opportunities, because if they are going to see a lot of man coverage, which we expect, there's going to be opportunities for them to break off those routes, find some green grass, and hopefully McCarthy keeps his eyes down the field and hits these guys for some big chunk plays. So I want to see him extend the play and get the ball down the field.
Ben, you're the best. Thanks, buddy.
All right, thanks, Gus. Enjoy the game.
Ben Lieber, Vikings Football Sunday. Ben Gessling is going to be joining me coming up here next. Star Tribune, StarTribune.com. And essentially, the Vikings offense is healthy and looking like how KOC drew it up to begin the season. Will that make a difference in today's game? Vikes versus Lions on the Minnesota Vikings Audio Network, driven by Polaris.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious with multiple engine options and impressive towing. While Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability, making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. Visit ChevyDealOnline.com.
As a leader in innovative ingredient solutions, Sam Nutrition offers a unique personal touch that only a family-owned business can provide. As your trusted partner in animal nutrition, we source the highest quality ingredients, ensuring you achieve optimal results. Discover how our family values drive us to connect industries and unlock peak performance across your entire operation with Sam Nutrition. Learn more by visiting samnutrition.com. Sam Nutrition, high performance, reasonable price. A proud partner of the Minnesota Vikings.
For the Vikings, growth is a team effort. Coaches maximize performance. Teammates push your limits. But in business, who's there to help you grow? Lumen, that's who. Like saving live broadcasts from lag time, helping deliver the in-stadium experience for fans with millions more around the globe, and bringing all the benefits of the cloud to your network. So it's as secure as a defensive line and as legendary as the fans that cheer them on. Welcome to the on-demand network that meets your demands. Learn more at lumen.com. Services not available everywhere.
A winning team needs great players. At Trade Home Shoes, we have legendary players like Birkenstock, Brooks, New Balance, UGG, Adidas, and Nike. We also have top performers like Hoka, On, Olika, UFOs, Ultra, and a rising star, Rival. Whether you're gearing up for game day or the daily hustle, score a winning pair for the whole family at Trade Home Shoes. Proud partner of the Minnesota Vikings. Trade Home Shoes. Enjoy life. Feet first.
Huddle up, Vikings Nation. Don't let that Skol chant fade. Let it echo through the hallways, the bars, the stadium, and the city. Because when the Vikings score 2 or more touchdowns, you'll get a free Big Mac with a purchase of $2 or more. Only in the McDonald's app. Offer valid once per person the day after the Vikings score 2+ touchdowns through 2/28/26 at participating McDonald's. Excludes tax. Must opt into rewards.
Vikings faithful, listen up. Your game day checklist is more than wearing purple and gold. It's about victory from the first play to the final whistle. During tense, close calls, Dove shampoo, body wash, and deodorant keep you fresh and dry from head to toe. And what's a true Vikings tailgate without the secret weapon to sliders and sides, Hellman's Real Mayo. Then when post-game dishes pile up like a defensive line, 7th generation detergent is the powerhouse that blitzes through the grease and grime. Stock up on Dove, Hellman's, and 7th generation. And Skol Vikings.
They're getting ready, so you should too. Have KFAN as your #1 preset on the iHeart app and never miss a play.
Welcome back, Vikings Football Sunday. Vikes taking on the Lions. I'm Muss. And you can join us for the Friday Football Feast on Friday, November 7th at Buffalo Wild Wings in Elk River for the Friday Football Feast presented by Coors Light. Visit Vikings.com/BWW for full schedule and all of the details. Off we head to Ford Field in Detroit. It's Ben Gessling from Star Tribune and StarTribune.com. Ben, this is exciting because it was kind of how it was all supposed to be drawn out when the season started. And I'm talking about having Darisaw back, having O'Neal back, aside from Ryan Kelly at center, of course, and C.J. Ham. You got all your starters there, so that is hopefully going to make a big difference in today's game.
Well, it's the healthiest offensive line J.J. McCarthy has played with in his NFL career, which sounds hyperbolic, but it's not, because he has not played with Christian Darrisaw yet. The other thing I think that's worth pointing out is this will be the first time he's had Jordan Addison on the field with him as well. And in training camp, you saw a lot of it. Justin Jefferson missed a lot of time in training camp with that hamstring injury. The guy that McCarthy connected with a lot was Jordan Addison in a lot of those training camp practices. So the fact that he has him on the field today, I think, will help as well. But yeah, just being able to work behind an offensive line that I think will be a little sturdier than what he's had should help him quite a bit. I mean, they need to see him probably get rid of the ball a little quicker than he did in those first couple of games. We saw him hold it quite a bit, and I think there are some things that he can do to protect himself there and do to help himself. They'll probably try to roll him out and get him away from Aiden Hutchinson as well. But having that line and having those tackles in front of him certainly makes it a little easier to operate.
Ben, the two things that are always going to kill you are turnovers, and your turnover ratio, especially when you're the Vikings and you're -4, only two other teams are worst in the TO ratio. That'd be the Ravens and the Jets. And then also third down completion percentage as far as getting it done on third down. We're 27th in the NFL, just 33.3%.
Yeah, I mean, the third down thing is worth pointing out, because that's been something that you hear them talk all the time about. We haven't run enough plays. Part of the problem is that when you can't sustain drives, that is the net effect of it. You can't get to things in your playbook. You can't work off of the first time you set something up that, okay, they're going to play it a certain way. We can come back to that later. When you just run, 45, 50, 55 plays in a game, they have to nudge that number up, and third downs are a big part of making that happen. So, yes, I think that is a big deal. I think that's getting completions that keep them in more manageable third downs. I think that's running the ball effectively in short yardage situations if they get some of those opportunities. And then it's just a matter of executing when they have opportunities to do it. So, yes, that's a big deal on the defensive side of things. This was a team that led the NFL in takeaways last year. It's not just protecting the ball on offense. I think they have to be better at creating turnovers on defense, because we saw the effect that can have from this defense last year, and certainly makes things easier for J.J. McCarthy. I think all of those things need to work together. Getting that turnover ratio up. We know the stats with Kevin O'Connell, how often they win when they win the take-give, and I think that's a big part of it today.
Ben, less than a minute here. We're 24th in the NFL with yards allowed as far as our Vikings defense on the ground, 130 yards per game on average. Jahmyr Gibbs has had our number the last couple of games.
Yeah, he's a guy the Vikings liked a lot in the 2023 draft, and you see why. I mean, I said this earlier this week. I don't invoke Barry Sanders very often, because I think Barry Sanders is kind of one of one in terms of how elusive he was, but you see shades of that with Jahmyr Gibbs. So you pair him with David Montgomery between the tackles, and as often as they like to run it, keep things going on fourth down, it's a lot to handle. If they're going to win today, they have to handle that running game better than they've done it in recent games against the Lions. I think that's a big factor.
All right, Ben, great stuff. Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, Mus. Enjoy it.
Yeah, Ben Gessling from Star Tribune, StarTribune.com. Still coming up before the boom, Tatum Everett, an interview with Eric Wilson. That's coming up next, plus PA with the coach. You'll catch it all right here. This is Vikings football.
Our friends at TimberTech have a checklist at the website for those of you desiring a deck. Go to TimberTech.com, get started there. And after you go through the checklist of what to do with the decking and to find a contractor and everything, get yourself some samples. You'll love them. They'll send them to you for free, TimberTech.com. And finally, when you work with those contractors, you will recognize TimberTech works with only the best. So if you need a deck with deck durability, start at TimberTech.com.
Hey, Vikings fans, Crown Royal is the official whiskey of the Minnesota Vikings. And this season is not game day without the generous spirit of Crown Royal. Whether you're at the tailgate, in the stands, or watching from home, Crown Royal is the reason and the reward for coming together. Grab a glass with the Crown Royal rig at a stadium near you, because we'll be sharing the generous spirit with fans across the country. Crown Royal, fueling game day with a generous spirit. Visit crownroyal.com/Royal Rig for more on the Crown Royal Rig Tour. Please drink responsibly.
Metro Transit and the Minnesota Vikings make game day stress-free. Join fellow fans and take Metro Transit to the game. North Star will service all games with Metro blue and green lines and multiple bus routes to carry you the final yard, straight to the gates of US Bank Stadium. No need to worry about parking or downtown traffic. Make your round trip easy with the all-day pass. No standing in line for a ticket after the game. Find your game plan at metrotransit.org/Vikings.
It's okay, Daddy's here. Rockabye baby on the treetop. Josh Allen beat Daddy's team and really went off. When the game ends, Daddy's ranking will fall. And jerkface Bill will win fantasy league trophy and all.
Hon, have a Snickers.
Thanks.
And maybe take a break from the league chat.
You're distracted when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Big decisions and deep dives all this week on Fox 9. First, you decide your city, your school, your future. Cast your ballot on Tuesday, Election Day. Then watch the results roll in all day and all night on Fox 9 and streaming live on Fox Local. Then Wednesday, Gales of November, Diving the Edmund Fitzgerald, a Fox 9 original documentary featuring rare footage and first-hand accounts from the divers who explored the wreck. That's Wednesday night at 9:30 on Fox 9 and streaming anytime on Fox Local.
No matter who you are or what you do, there's a Ford vehicle that can help you own the day. Make life on the go feel like a breeze in the new Ford Explorer. Make tough tasks look easy with the powerful performance of a new built Ford Tough F-Series truck, the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years. Or take your adventures in the great outdoors to a whole new level with our built wild family of Ford Broncos. Whether it's for work or play, there's a Ford with a great deal waiting for you at your local Northland Ford dealers. Don't wait, get behind the wheel of a new Ford today, based on calendar year total sales.
They're getting ready, so you should too. Have KFAN as your #1 preset on the iHeart app and never miss a play.
Welcome back to Vikings Football Sunday. I'm Tatum Everett getting you ready for Vikings and Lions, joined by linebacker Eric Wilson. This interview is brought to you by Wildfire. Eric, how was practice and preparation this week after that mini break you guys had?
A good week of practice, yeah. We can, all phases of our team, the intensity's there, the attention to detail is there, so good week.
Coach Flores talked about you stepping up as in for Van Ginkel throughout the season, Andrew Van Ginkel. When you get to move around positionally, what is that like for you?
I like it because over my career I've played, all positions as a linebacker, and if I got to go on the ball, play off the ball, I think that creates a sense of versatility for our defense. So I like it.
I wanted to ask you about this because it's kind of been a hot topic lately where the jumbo package on offense is becoming a little bit more popular, especially it's been something that you guys have seen often this season. And for those of you, it's the lack of receivers, multiple tight ends, and multiple running backs.
Yeah.
That formation, when you have to line up against that, what is your mindset?
Stop the run because, you're not going to take out all your receivers, leave one of them on the field and, just try to pass the ball around. So stop the run first and foremost. I think that's why it's a little bit surprising sometimes because, I guess the past years or so, people don't do that. They don't just go unless it's like third and short, but teams are doing that now. So we got to be prepared for it.
How do you prepare for that? What makes it tough?
Practice against it, get used to it, prepare, kind of see what they like to do. Some teams like to do like 22 personnel, fullback, 2 tight ends. Some teams do 13 and do kind of similar things. So just be prepared and be ready to play physical.
Coach Flores did say also this week it's something that y'all have been working on. Has that been a target for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to be prepared. I don't think we played our best ball against it in these past couple games. So it's a matter of going out there and putting it all together.
New coordinator for this Lions offense. I think some people maybe have expected a regression, but they seem to be running on all cylinders. When you look at the tape, what are some of the changes that you see in how they operate offensively?
Yeah, I don't think nothing in particular stands out. Some things are a little bit different. Some things are a little bit the same. Similar guys in the system. So, those guys play a certain way. So we've played them before. So, it's always a tough game in division. Two physical teams. So it's a matter of going out there and doing it. Yeah.
Yeah. Not only have you played them multiple times, but you faced them, I think, twice a year your entire NFL career. Basically.
Yeah, my whole career.
Yeah. So what makes it tough to play here at Ford Field?
Ford Field, yeah. They have traditionally kind of branded themselves as, blue collar, tough team. they kind of run with that and kind of embody that. So it's a matter of, going out there and playing physical ball, playing smart ball, playing together. That's what they try to do. So you have to, not only match that, but kind of, push against that and be even more physical than they are. So that's the type of brand that, we pride ourselves on anyway. So, yeah.
What's it going to take for you guys to flip the script today and finally get that W here at Ford Field?
Just play together, whether that's defense, offense, special teams, play together, play hard and go at it all game.
All right, can't wait. Thank you, Eric. Best of luck today.
Thanks.
Today's interview was brought to you by Wildfire. Located at Eden Prairie Center, visit wildfirerestaurant.com. We are closing in to kickoff here between the Vikings and Lions. Paul Allen with head coach Kevin O'Connell is next on KFAN, the Minnesota Vikings audio network driven by Polaris.
Vikings fans, FanDuel Sports Network is your home for exclusive coverage of your favorite local teams. And there are more ways to watch this season. Subscribe directly to FanDuel Sports Network to stream your hometown teams. Or watch through a TV provider. Visit FanDuelSportsNetwork.com for details.
NFL fans, when it's time to get Vikings tickets, you can tackle game day with total certainty with Ticketmaster. With 100% verified tickets available all season long, you can count on getting in with ease and spend time focusing on the good stuff. Even if you're headed to the game last minute, you can still score seats. Want to meet up inside the stadium with your crew? Transferring your tickets is an easy handoff. So, get those touchdown celebrations ready and score your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Vikings.
Martin Marietta, an American-based company, is a leading producer of heavy building materials and the top supplier of aggregates and asphalt to the Twin Cities. Guided by values like safety, integrity, and stewardship, Martin Marietta strives to provide the materials on which our communities grow. Visit martinmarietta.com to learn more. Interested in a career with a rock-solid team offering competitive pay and benefits? Visit careersthatcrush.com to apply today. Skol Vikings!
Bring on Vikings football with new gear from Shields. From jerseys, accessories, and signed collectibles, represent your team's iconic colors at the big game. Shields is your ultimate shopping destination with knowledgeable experts and great customer service to get you fitted for your passion. Whether you love style, sports, or the great outdoors, find it at your local Shields or Shields.com. Our experts are here to make every day a win. Shields, proud partner of the Minnesota Vikings and football fans everywhere.
All right, team, huddle up. It's game time at Mystic Lake. Score season-long prizes with drawings, giveaways, and more action at the official casino of the Minnesota Vikings. Catch a $15 round-trip ride to U.S. Bank Stadium for a Minnesota Vikings home game with Mystic Lake Game Day Park and Ride. And raise a glass to victory with game day food and drink specials at Hop House, the Twin Cities' newest sports bar and live music destination. Check out the latest casino promotions at MysticLake.com. You don't want to miss out.
It's okay, Daddy's here. Rock-a-bye, baby, on the treetop. Josh Allen beat Daddy's team and really went off. When the game ends, Daddy's ranking will fall. And jerk-face Bill will win Fantasy League trophy and all.
Hon, have a Snickers.
Thanks.
And maybe take a break from the league chat.
You're distracted when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies. This is FM 100.3. KFXN Minneapolis, St. Paul. The Fan.
Check. Kevin O'Connell, Ford Field, 3-2. Hey, what's going on? Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Minnesota Vikings football is coming up shortly. But at this time, before each and every Vikings game, we have the privilege of chatting with Minnesota Vikings head coach Kevin O'Connell. And the coach joins us now just moments before the game. And the Lions, the Detroit Lions. When it comes to the Lions and their rules and principles with defense, has much, if anything, changed with new coordinator Calvin Shepard?
There could be some, instances where maybe Aaron Glenn's footprint or fingerprints on the defense would have been maybe a little bit more man coverage. You're seeing a little bit more zone, but it all depends how they decide to play. It looks like they're very much game plan oriented to defend what they feel like they need to defend, the best parts of their opponents. So we know what that means for us. We've played this group a lot of the same cast of characters over there, a lot of really good football players, guys that play really hard. No matter what the schemes are today, a huge part of this game, PA, is going to be us, having a chance to win the line of scrimmage and really compete with physicality up front and in the run game and in pass protection to allow us to really get into the game plan of getting the players involved who we need to get involved, which are the Justin Jeffersons, Jordan Addisons, TJ Hawkinsons. But it starts up front today. We want to establish the run, and we want to be able to branch out to things we want to get to from there.
Your quarterback, J.J. McCarthy, how did he handle the week, and is he the inquisitive sort?
Yeah, that would be an accurate portrayal of JJ. He had a great week, and really, as he kind of worked through his rehab, as I told him, as he started to be able to start working back into practice and really start trying to work his way through the last bit of that rehab to feel like he did this week. It's been an ongoing process of making sure that every day is a work day, and we're always laser focused on things for JJ, and that's the best part about him. As he works, he understands that he's got a lot of football in front of him, and today's really about doing a lot of the simple things at a high level. And what I mean by that is I think JJ needs to focus on all that work he's put in to be really good from a technique and fundamental standpoint, playing with great timing and rhythm, and putting the ball in the hands of playmakers to go make the plays and distribute the football in a way that allows us to be in a rhythm as an offense. And a lot of things go into that, not just JJ, but him doing his part in that will be a huge part of the game.
And I ask if he's inquisitive because, again, he's only 22 years of age, and I would imagine if you see some things that, you would want change, you may coach it up once, and then let's not do the same thing twice. Yeah. From a question standpoint, that's why I asked, is like, you don't want to hear the same question 2 and 3 times, but he does pepper you, right, with like a burning desire to learn.
Yeah, and he's, if anything, you've got to kind of watch out for him being overly analytical on things. Hey, they might do this. What if they do that? And it's all good as far as, understanding some potential adjustments to things and different plays and how they may try to defend us today. But the starting point of doing his job has to be priority number one. And then as he gets more snaps and accumulates more time and experience, he'll start to feel things, and that will lead to even more questions on how we can do things better, how we can do things that he's more comfortable with. And obviously that's the number one plan with the plan today. The number one part of the plan today, I should say, is things that JJ does well, throws he makes well, where he can really use that arm strength that he has and try to find those one-on-one matchups within every variation of man coverage we might see today, find the space in zones to go attack, and then when things aren't there, check the ball down or use his legs to extend plays or go get us some yards. But he's got to be smart about that, especially against this group. They see number 9 take off today. They're going to be trying to obviously lay some physical hits on him, and we want to keep him out there as much as possible the rest of the way. And he plays a role in that like his teammates do in the huddle with him.
With Oliver down, where are you impacted and how do you get around it?
Yeah, we'll have Nick Vanette up. Nick Vanette is a guy we really brought here to be kind of that not a replacement Y tight end, but fans know TJ Hawkinson plays tight end, but a little bit different kind of player as Josh Oliver is, a little more physical, a little bit more of a kind of a along the line of scrimmage Y tight end. You're going to see him, leading at the point of attack a little bit. You're going to see him having some physicality to his play style today, and what that will do is allow TJ to stay in his normal role. And TJ's a guy we got to get going a little bit now that we've got our tackles back. Want to see TJ be a little bit more involved in the rhythm of the pass game today, where he's not having to hopefully do as much work, as an extension of those O-linemen sometimes, especially in those known passing downs. But Nick Vanette, obviously, from a standpoint of being called up. We called him up for a reason. He'll see some time today, and hoping to see a lot out of a veteran player that we really liked when we brought him in.
Last one, defensively, excellent having Grenard with Van Ginkel and Cashman for the first time since the Bears game, a game you won, by the way. How do you think that can impact this game against this offense?
Yeah, I mean, Jonathan Grenard he's showing up every week on the tape. It's not necessarily always equaling sacks and things like that, but the disruption is definitely there. He's going to start ringing the bell on some sacks here, and we got to get to Jared Goff today. Everybody that has any success against this offense finds ways to get Jared off the spot and try to make him uncomfortable if you can. But I think Cashman and Van Ginkel give us probably our most two instinctive off-the-ball, kind of on-the-ball type players that can do a lot of different jobs, run and pass, rushing the passer as blitzers. Obviously, Gink on the edge opposite JG was a great formula for us a year ago, but it's about the versatility of what Gink brings to really cause some pre-snap problems, hopefully, and some confusion for the other side. What is he actually doing? The answer is a whole heck of a lot, and it depends on the call and what we're trying to present to the offense. But excited to just see Gink back. It's been a long road for him to get back to a place where he feels like he can go turn it loose, and that's exactly what he's going to do today.
Can't wait to call it, make some memories today. And are you cool taking us to break? Is that okay?
I got you.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Up next, it's the Vikings and Lions and the Boom on the KFAN Minnesota Vikings Audio Network.
If you're in the market for a used vehicle, click on CarSwapUSA.com.
We offer easy financing, complimentary oil change, and if you need it, we can deliver it.
Speaking of CarSwapUSA.com,
you can browse hundreds of vehicles from your home.
If you're ready to buy a premium, hand-picked, late model, low mileage used vehicle, then check out your options at
CarSwapUSA.com. We deliver.
Whether you're buying or selling, make CarSwap your first stop. CarSwap, a car for everyone.
Vikings fans, looking to upgrade your wardrobe? This local brand based in St. Paul will become your new go-to. Unreal is the premium athleisure brand that combines comfort, versatility, and style. Crafting elevated apparel that will take you from the office to the gym or the airport to the golf course. Wherever you go, they've got you covered. Shop now at Unreal.com and experience the difference yourself. That's UNRL.com, the best athleisure wear in the game.
When it comes to managing your blood pressure, you play to win. You've made changes to your diet. You stay active. You've followed your doctor's game plan to the letter. But when it comes to your health, you can't always tackle it alone. Go beyond typical treatments with a Simplicity blood pressure procedure. Brought to you by Medtronic, official sponsor of the Vikings. Talk to your doctor. Results may vary. Adverse events include but are not limited to temporary pain and bruising. Read important risk factor information at beyondhbp.com.
The radio home of the Minnesota Vikings. FM 100.3, KFXM Minneapolis, St. Paul. The Fan.
Showtime, baby. Oh, you know what's going on. Let's go, Vikings. Let's go. Oh, you go three. 1, 2, 3. Get it up.
Minnesota Vikings football is on the air. All across the Minnesota Vikings radio network. Vikings football is proudly presented by the following broadcast partners. Vizzy Hard Seltzer, your local Northland Ford dealers, Polaris, and by Mystic Lake Casino Hotel. Vikings football is also brought to you by the following. U.S. Bank, Jacob Leinenkugel's Brewing Company, 3M, and by Lumen.
Touchdown! To the 30, down the sidelines, knocked out of bounds. Touchdown! Vikings! Ball's loose at the goal line. Touchdown!
Happy Halloween from the Vikings Audio Network. Now, let's go live to Ford Field to our three monsters. Along with former Vikings Pete Bursich and Ben Lieber, here with the call of today's game, the voice of the Vikings, Paul Allen.
Minnesota won the toss, elected to defer. The Lions will receive.
The voice of Clay Martin, he is today's referee.
And welcome to Minnesota Vikings football from Ford Field. The Vikings are 80-45-2 all-time against the Detroit Lions. Now, Detroit has won 5 consecutive in this series. Kevin O'Connell is yet to win at Ford Field. He's 0-3. And consider the other 2 division teams and road games. Kevin O'Connell 6-1 lifetime at Lambeau and/or Soldier Field, but 0-3 here. The Minnesota Vikings will put the defense on the field first, featuring the return of the likes of Andrew Van Ginkel and the return of Ben Lieber from the sideline here at Ford Field has this to offer about some key matchups today between the Vikings and the Lions. What's up, Ben?
Well, really interesting matchup when the Vikings have the ball between Amik Robertson, the cornerback for the Lions, and Justin Jefferson. This connection goes all the way back to high school in Louisiana. They played a game against each other in high school, but it was at a summer camp in which things got very heated. They matched up one-on-one, and it got so competitive and so fierce, the camp coaches actually had to ban them from matching up against each other because they caused such a distraction to the flow of the camp. Then we cut to last year, Game 17. As we know, in this building, we got shut down, and Amik Robertson actually got a game ball in the locker room for his play against Justin Jefferson. So he really showed out. So the question is it going to be a repeat for Amik, or is it going to be redemption for Jets?
That's beautifully stated, because there's so much minutia that has transpired between these teams over the years, but specifically during that 5-game winning streak for the Lions. Of late, though, for the Minnesota Vikings, given they'll be on defense against Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery, the team has allowed 130 rushing yards per game, 24th in the league. That has to improve today. Will Reichert's ready, and so are we, and boom! A division collision from the Motor City is in the air, and the return is by Jacob Saylor's far side across the 25, and he's smacked by Ivan Pace Jr. after a 24-yard return. And here comes the Detroit Lions offense, averaging 30.7 points per game, 3rd best in the NFL. They've only given the ball away 5 times this year. That's 7th in the league. And with Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery, when each of those players score, the Lions are 14-0. Jared Goff, 15 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and center Graham Glasgow. That's the battery as the reigning division champions are about set to execute offense on first down, and Goff goes back to pass, loops one right. It's caught by Sam Laporta, who jukes sweetly at the 35 on Michigan native Eric Wilson. He gets to the 40. It'll be a 15-yard catch and run by Sam Laporta. And too bad for Eric Wilson, too, a Redford, Michigan native with 25 people in the stands. Redford, Michigan, about 20 minutes west of Detroit. So Eric, the leading tackler for the Vikings, inauspicious start for him. And now Jared Goff goes under center wearing the Honolulu blue jerseys with the silver helmets, Vikings white jerseys, purple pads. The tailback, Jahmyr Gibbs, offset eye right. It's play action. It's a screen right. And turning up the field, Laporta once again to the 45, outside the numbers to the 50, and he's taken down at the 46. But it's a gain of 11, 2 consecutive first downs to Sam Laporta.
Yeah, 2 consecutive short passes, Paul. The first one just a Laporta pass to the flat, and the second one in kind of a sneaky play off of a counter type of a look. But these Lions are all about timing, quick throws, and then run after the catch. So any separation between our defenders and their receivers is going to result in positive yardage.
Goff 2 of 2, 26 yards out of the gate. Lions 5-2, Vikings 3-4. Goff under center. First run, Jahmyr Gibbs, jump cut left. He makes a Jalen Redmond miss at the 45 between the hash marks, and he reaches out for a gain of 6 yards, making it 2nd and 4. Gibbs has 7 touchdowns this year, 6 by land and 1 by air. In his last 4 against the Vikings, 9 touchdowns, including the last time we were here, Week 18, he had 4. This Vikings rush defense is off a game where it allowed 207 yards against the LA Chargers. Second down of the game for the Detroit Lions. Goff goes under center, puts Amon-Ra St. Brown in motion to the left. 2nd and 4. Van Ginkel rushes fast off the edge. So Goff had to throw it more quickly than he wanted right. It's incomplete. So it's 3rd and 4. Andrew Van Ginkel's impact was made right there.
That's exactly right, because those were, here's that two tight end look that we've been getting the whole time, play action, wanting to get something across the middle, but a timing route on a deep out is where he wanted to go. Now, understand, Paul, it's 3rd and 4 right here. You've got to have two really good downs here because this is the exact part of the field where they're going to go for it on 4th down.
3rd and 4 from the Vikings 40, first possession of the game. Wilson and Cashman threaten blitz, so now Goff is yelling out to 3 receivers to the right on 3rd down. The Vikings blitz. Goff, straight drop, floats out to the right. Jalen Redmond runs after him. Pass right, incomplete, looking for Amon-Ra St. Brown. So now it is 3rd. It'll be 4th and 4 from the Vikings 40. And the Detroit Lions, most likely, in fact, will keep the offense on the field. They are 8 of 13 this season, Pete, on 4th down.
And this defense is in need of a stop. The last 2 weeks on the opening drive, giving up 163 total yards and 2 touchdowns. They need a stop right here, and this is their opportunity.
Goff out of the shotgun. Jamison Williams left. Khalif Raymond wide right. 3 receivers right. Now Jahmyr Gibbs leaves the backfield, heads out right, and now he comes back to the left of Goff out of the shotgun. It's 4th and 4. Minnesota rushes 4. Goff fires over the middle, caught at the 20-yard line. Now inside the 10 to the 5. It's Sam Laporta who's dragging Vikings for a touchdown. Sam Laporta with a 40-yard touchdown, and he dragged everything Minnesota Vikings related for a good 15 feet to get to pay dirt.
And it was pretty well defended underneath. It was just Josh Metellus that had to run with Laporta vertically against a middle open type of a look. And Goff was able to identify that one-on-one relationship and attack deep down the middle. And you're making a team on 4th and 4 throw a ball over 20 yards down the field. That is a play that has to be made. And then at the end, instead of tackling Laporta, we try to strip the football, and he's able to work his way into the end zone. So another bad opening series for the Vikings defense.
Jake Bates kicks for the Lions, 27 of 27 on extra points. Snap spot, and we can make that 28 of 28 on extra points. On the Northland Ford dealer scoreboard, the Lions get the ball first, roll right down the field, and get a 4th down touchdown to Sam Laporta, his 3rd this year. Jared Goff has now thrown 16. On the Northland Ford dealer scoreboard, Detroit 7, Minnesota 0. This is Minnesota Vikings football.
When a loved one's memory starts to fade, it's more than forgetting names or dates. It's watching pieces of their life quietly slip away. At the Wellshire Memory Care, it isn't just treatment, it's understanding. The team at Wellshire provides specialized support, dignity, and a safe environment where every moment matters. If your family is facing the challenges of Alzheimer's or dementia, the Wellshire is here to walk that journey with you, with compassion and with care. Visit the Wellshire today at WellshireMN.com, WellshireMN.com.
Mesh, Besher, and Spence. The lawyer you choose makes a difference. NFL fans, when it's time to get Vikings tickets, you can tackle game day with total certainty with Ticketmaster. With 100% verified tickets available all season long, you can count on getting in with ease and spend time focusing on the good stuff. Even if you're headed to the game last minute, you can still score seats. Want to meet up inside the stadium with your crew? Transferring your tickets is an easy handoff. So, get those touchdown celebrations ready and score your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Vikings.
She's Jan, the ultimate Vikings fan. Okay, everybody, welcome to the Vikings Jan Show fan show. My special guest today is Jared Allen. So, Jared, who you got for the Vikings game this week?
Minnesota Vikings.
Me too. So, that's our show. We'd like to thank our sponsor, the Minnesota Lottery, who reminds you this could be your year. Play the new
Vikings
Scratch Game for a shot at $100,000, game tickets, and more. Minnesota Lottery. I'm in. Must be 18 or older to play.
Hey, friends with food allergies. Life is about to get way easier. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Look, let's not argue. You've got enough stress. Just remember this name. Liam's. Liam's. Lee to the ums. As in Liam's frozen entrees that are free of the top 9 allergens. What? Gluten-free, too. Delicious, nutritious, ready in minutes, safe meals for you, your kids, and even those adorable people who can eat whatever they want. Liam's rocks. To find which grocer's freezers are cool enough to stock Liam's, head to saferplate.com.
Each week on the Power Trip, we cover the NFL like a blanket. Tom Pelissero, Ben Lever, Adam Thielen, Jonathan Grenard, and so much more. Tune into the Power Trip tomorrow morning, 5:30 tonight. We'll break down this game and more right here on The Fan.
Welcome back to Ford Field. Lions opening drive, 7-0. Laporta for 40 yards on 4th and 4. And now, as our Vikings offense takes over after the kickoff, our U.S. Bank player to watch, to me, is Jordan Addison getting his first game with J.J. McCarthy. And get this, even though it's been a short season, 14.7 yards per catch is the highest in Addison's career. Hopefully, he's got a game breaker today.
Thanks, brother. Boom. Here comes Miles Price up the center to the 30. Oh, he shakes the tackle at the 40, gets out to the right to the 50. In Lions territory to the 35-yard line. Miles Price with the longest kick return of his young career. That goes for 59 yards. And the Minnesota Vikings punch back with a kick return, and they get into Lions territory trailing 7-0. And J.J. McCarthy, he's at the helm, played at Ann Arbor at Michigan, 45 minutes southwest of Detroit, 21-23. Played 40 games, had 49 passing touchdowns, 10 rushing touchdowns. He went 15-0 in 2023, a national championship season. This is McCarthy's first game since the Atlanta game at U.S. Bank Stadium. He's under center. The tailback is Aaron Jones, former Lion T.J. Hawkinson in motion to the right. And Jones gets the handoff to the right side with some room, 35-30. Just inside the numbers, lowers the helmet at the 27, and he stopped after an 11-yard run. An 11-yard run for Aaron Jones and the Minnesota Vikings first down.
Yeah, don't tell Aaron Jones we're playing the Lions. I mean, he averages over 75 scrimmage yards both games last year against Detroit. So he loves playing the Lions. He loves being in this stadium. But what a great answer by Miles Price to put us on the 36-yard line after the kickoff. Just a huge shot in the arm by the special teams unit.
McCarthy, 2 passing touchdowns, 3 picks, and a rushing touchdown. First down, handoff Aaron Jones. He goes to the right side, and Aleem McNeil along with Derek Barnes. They capture him at the line of scrimmage for no gain, so that'll be 2nd and 10 for the Lions, led by Aiden Hutchinson, one of the very best defensive players in the NFL. He has 6 sacks and 4 forced fumbles. Aleem McNeil, he's a quality defensive tackle. He's in his 2nd game off an injury-related layoff. In the secondary, Terrion Arnold, 2nd-year Alabama first-round pick last year. He's back off a 2-game layoff. J.J. McCarthy, 2nd and 10, works out of the shotgun for the first time from the Lions 25. Short drop. He's going to fade to the end zone and incomplete. He was looking for Nacho's player to watch in single coverage. That was Jordan Addison, who was singled up against Terrion Arnold. By the way, Arnold, former first-round pick, he may be the mark today for this offense. 17 penalties in the last 2 seasons, 6 this year, and he has 0 interceptions in his career. They went right at him.
Yeah, the good news is that was a beautiful throw by J.J. McCarthy. I mean, it's just wonderfully put. But the bad news is now we're 3rd and 10. We don't want to go backwards here and take points off the board.
7-0 Lions, 3rd and 10 from the Lions 25. Darasaw, Jackson, Brandell, Fries, and Brian O'Neill make up the moving company. Here's a big rush on McCarthy, so he throws hot right. Caught Jones, gets loose at the 15, grinds his way down to the 10-yard line, first down. 15-yard first down for the Vikings. Good for J.J. McCarthy. His former teammate at Michigan, Aiden Hutchinson, was all over him, so McCarthy went hot and it worked.
Yeah, what a beautifully set up play as you get Brian O'Neill out in the flat, kicks out the flat defender, pancaked him in fact, but a perfect play as Detroit blitzing. They were man-to-man. They were blitzing all over the place. Beautifully designed play to get the football in space to Aaron Jones and move the chains on a tough 3rd and 10.
7-0 Lions, 1st and goal. Minnesota from the 9. McCarthy out of the shotgun, throws right to the end zone. Caught! Touchdown! A one-handed catch by Justin Jefferson. And the Minnesota Vikings are an extra point from tying the game. Way to go, J.J. McCarthy.
Paul, that was a run-pass option for J.J. McCarthy, and he looked out to his right and saw Justin Jefferson one-on-one with Amik Robertson. And again, Detroit, they're okay with leaving their defensive backs one-on-one against any receiver in the league. That was the matchup. He saw Jefferson versus Robertson, through the back shoulder fade. 2 really beautifully thrown footballs by J.J. McCarthy in this first quarter already.
Reichert 13 of 13 on extra points. Snap spot. Kick. Tie game on the Northland Ford dealer scoreboard. 7-7. Got a shootout here in the Motor City. 10-17 to go in the first quarter. We're tied at 7 on the KFA and Minnesota Vikings audio network, driven by J.J. McCarthy and Polaris.
No matter who you are or what you do, there's a Ford vehicle that can help you own the day. Make life on the go feel like a breeze in the new Ford Explorer. Make tough tasks look easy with the powerful performance of a new built Ford Tough F-Series truck, the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years. Or take your adventures in the great outdoors to a whole new level with our built wild family of Ford Broncos. Whether it's for work or play, there's a Ford with a great deal waiting for you at your local Northland Ford dealers. Don't wait, get behind the wheel of a new Ford today. Based on calendar year total sales.
Quick Trip and your Minnesota Vikings are teaming up to put you in the ride of your dreams. Picture this. You behind the wheel of a brand new 2025 Ford Bronco Big Bend. Nice picture. Make it happen. Stop by your local Quick Trip, and for every dollar you spend using Quick Rewards, you'll earn a point to spend in the Vikings Fan Zone. Buy special qualifying products and earn bonus Fan Zone points. Kick off your winning season the right way with Quick Trip and your Minnesota Vikings. Details at QuickTrip.com/fanzone.
From coin flip to final whistle, show your diehard passion for your Minnesota Vikings all season long with your favorite purple and gold gear from Shields. Bring your best this year, whether you're cheering from US Bank Stadium or from your living room with your favorite jerseys, hats, collectibles, and Vikings branded gear from the Shields Fan Shop. Visit us at your local Shields or Shields.com and let's cheer on the Vikings. Shields, proud partner of the Minnesota Vikings and football fans everywhere.
All right, team, huddle up. It's game time at Mystic Lake. Score season-long prizes with drawings, giveaways, and more action at the official casino of the Minnesota Vikings. Catch a $15 round-trip ride to US Bank Stadium for a Minnesota Vikings home game with Mystic Lake Game Day Park and Ride. And raise a glass to victory with game day food and drink specials at Hop House, the Twin Cities' newest sports bar and live music destination. Check out the latest casino promotions at MysticLake.com. You don't want to miss out.
Hey, it's 10 to B. You'll either get a breakdown of this Vikings-Lions game or a breakdown of Common's golf game tomorrow, noon to 3, right here on The Fan.
7-7, 10-17 to go in the first quarter. J.J. McCarthy leads the Vikings. J.J. McCarthy and Aaron Jones lead the Vikings on a 5-play, 36-yard touchdown drive. Took 2 minutes, 26 seconds. Justin Jefferson has 2 touchdowns this year, and they're both from the arm of J.J. McCarthy. We're tied at 7 in the first quarter. By the way, buy any Pothole Pizza or 20-ounce Pepsi or Mountain Dew with Quick Rewards, and your chance to score big. One weekly winner, $500 gift card. If the Vikings score a touchdown of more than 50 yards today, somebody wins $5,000. Visit QuickTrip.com/sweepstakes for details. Boom! Reichert's kick, high and near the goal stripe. And the Sailors, Jacob Sailors fields it, heads to the left side, 15-20, gets to the 25, then he's taken down by the Vikings leader in special teams tackles, Tavair Thomas. 7-7. The Lions win 672-223. Vikings go 536-220. McDonald's is teaming with the Vikings to bring you the tastiest season ever. Get a free Big Mac each time the Vikings score 2 touchdowns. $2 minimum purchase required. Ben Lieber, Pete Bursich, Paul Allen, and Jared Goff. He's under center. Graham Glasgow's the center. Rookie Tate Ratledge to his right. Second-year Christian Mahogany to his left. Handoff David Montgomery. Stumbles in the backfield. Jalen Redmond nearly tripped him up. Then he's taken down after a 2-yard gain, making it 2nd and 8. Montgomery, 4 touchdowns this year. 0 receiving touchdowns. He hasn't had a receiving touchdown in 3 years.
It's been a while. One thing, Paul, for sure that I've seen out of our defensive front already is we're playing on the Lions side of the line of scrimmage. Those guys up front are really penetrating and getting in north and south.
Jared Goff, 3 of 5, 66 yards. Gibbs is going to get the call right side, and a host of Vikings wrap him up and do so behind the line of scrimmage. Blake Cashman and Eric Wilson with a loss of 2. So now it's going to be 3rd and about 11, maybe 12 for these Lions. First quarter, game tied at 7.
Well, that's what we were talking about with yards after catch. A lot of these throws that Jared Goff makes are short. That one behind the line of scrimmage. If you can make that tackle right when the running back or receiver catches the football, you're not going to give up a lot of yardage. And on that play, Eric Wilson read that screen beautifully and got right in there and made the tackle just after he caught the football.
Somebody check Laporta, 3 catches, 66 yards, and a touchdown on 3rd and 12. Goff back to pass, flags all over the place, play stops. False start, Lions.
As a free Harrison Smith blitzing off the edge.
Woo! Offense number 87. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Laporta's all over the mix, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He was a big part of that first drive, getting a couple of a quick throw, a screen, and then deep down the middle of the field. The Lions love to keep multiple tight ends in the game, so they're going to have Sam Laporta, Brock Wright, Ross Dwelly mix those guys in there, going 3 wide in this case. Again, Paul, tackle after this ball is caught.
Vikings only have 2 corners on the field. Jeff Okudah's out. It's Isaiah Rodgers and Byron Murphy. Here's a quick hitter left to Jamison Williams. Byron Murphy and Isaiah Rodgers wrap him up at the 19. That's going to be another tackle for loss. A loss of 2. That Vikings defensive series right there. Let's take the aberration that was the Cincinnati game out, even though they were really good. That's about as good a 3 and out as we've seen all season.
Yeah, and it's about momentum, right? The Lions come down, score right away. The Vikings answer, and now our defense comes out and makes a huge stop. And you look at where Miles Price is. He's already planted on a 25-yard line. We're going to have good field position on this drive as well.
Jack Fox, one of the best punters in the NFL, lets it fly from the 10, line drive. Miles Price, he's going to let it bounce. Vikings bounce at the 29 to the 35 and touchdown at the 37. I mean, we're throwing fades to Jefferson. He's making one-handed catches. We're getting tackles for loss. Now we even got a 6-yard positive bounce on the Lions punch. All right, let's pause. 7-7, Vikings ball, Ford Field. Don't leave. It's Minnesota Vikings football.
This Minnesota Vikings season, touchdowns are great, but sacks are better. That's because Buffalo Wild Wings has given away 6 free wings with a $10 minimum purchase anytime the Vikings get 2 or more sacks in a game. This Sacks for Wings promotion is valid 3 days after each qualifying game at participating Buffalo Wild Wings throughout Minnesota and surrounding areas. Get your 6 free wings on top of great drink specials, including new happy hour and late night offers throughout football season at your local B-Dubs, a preferred sports bar of the Minnesota Vikings.
Vikes fans, you know the drill. Game day isn't game day without the right lineup off the field. That's why I roll with Top 10 Liquors, the preferred liquor store of the Minnesota Vikings. Whether it's beer for the tailgate, bourbon for a celebratory pour, or even the latest seltzers, Top 10's got your game day covered. With 15 convenient Metro locations, there's always a Top 10 nearby. Stock up today and make sure your next watch party feels like a win. Top 10 Liquors, more than a liquor store.
Discover the ultimate destination to live, work, and play at Viking Lakes. From top-tier office spaces in the Minnesota Vikings World Headquarters to exciting live entertainment and luxury apartment living, Viking Lakes has it all. Discover Viking Lakes residences with spacious apartments, best-in-class finishes, and unparalleled amenities. Our community sets the standard for suburban luxury. Are you planning a company holiday party or a fall picnic? Our venue is perfect for any event. For additional information, please visit explorevikinglakes.com. Experience suburban luxury like never before.
Metro Transit and the Minnesota Vikings make game day stress-free. Join fellow fans and take Metro Transit to the game. North Star will service all games with Metro blue and green lines and multiple bus routes to carry you the final yard, straight to the gates of US Bank Stadium. No need to worry about parking or downtown traffic. Make your round trip easy with the all-day pass. No standing in line for a ticket after the game. Find your game plan at metrotransit.org/Vikings.
This is Vikings Lions live on the Fan. Here's Paul Allen.
Middle of the first quarter, 7-7. Welcome back to Ford Field. Football fans, meet Pays, a convenient new online checkout offered by bank and credit unions. Learn more at Pays.com and play like a Viking at Mystic Lake, your game day headquarters. Win prizes all season and enjoy live music. It's MysticLake.com. J.J. McCarthy, 2 of 3, 24 yards and a touchdown. Aaron Jones, 2 runs for 12 yards with a long of 11. Christian Darrisaw back at left tackle. Brian O'Neill back at right tackle. And Aaron Jones back as the tailback. Ben Urasek in motion to the left on first down. Handoff Jones. He has more room. Nice block, Addison. Jones gets to the 40. Right side to the 45. Stopped at the 50. 14-yard gallop by the veteran Aaron Jones, and Jordan Addison had a sneaky little block early in the equation that sprung him.
Yeah, we need everybody. How about this? 3 rushing attempts for 26 yards already for Aaron Jones. Like I said before, he loves to play against these Lions, and this offensive line, yeah, we have most of them back. Blake Brandel still at center, but what a great job the front 5 have been doing to block the run.
Jones the single set, Urasek in motion. He's now right behind Christian Darrisaw with Addison and Jefferson to the left. Jordan Addison slot left. Nick Bennett tight end to the right. No Josh Oliver today. Play action. First down. Nice protection for McCarthy. Dumps over the middle. Caught Jones at the 46 to the 45 to the Lions to the 44. That's a 6-yard quickie from McCarthy to Aaron Jones, and it'll be 2nd and 4. 2 things have become apparent early. The Lions identified Sam Laporta with something and put him on 3 catches, 66 yards. The Vikings have identified Aaron Jones against these guys in some weakness.
Absolutely, and I think that's what we're going to see a lot more out of this offense is to play fake and then using the running backs and the tight ends, kind of stack them in the middle of the field and place them high and low.
2nd and 4, McCarthy, who's never played at Ford Field. It's a read option. He fakes the run right, gives it to Jones, who heads up the middle between the hash marks, and he'll cross the 45, and he'll get a first down. They needed 4. He got 5, so it's 1st and 10, Minnesota from the Lions 39. Electric atmosphere here at a jam-packed, sold-out Ford Field. The Lions are 5-2. The Vikings are 3-4. The Lions have beaten the Vikings 5 consecutive times. Kevin O'Connell looking for his first victory at Ford Field. It's tied at 7, first down. J.J. McCarthy in his 3rd start puts Justin Jefferson in motion. He's caught a touchdown, play action. Big rush behind McCarthy. J.J. can run if he wants. He's looking down the field. Now he's going to fire. Sidearm incomplete. Incomplete to Jalen Naylor. McCarthy had a big run in front of him, but then a Lion closed on it. How about the velocity on that incomplete pass?
Yeah, he absolutely zipped it. And that's an interesting tell with McCarthy's game, because Paul, if he wanted to run, if that was what his first read was, he absolutely would have taken off and probably gotten 4 or 5 yards. But Alec Anzalone was closing in, and he said, nope, I'm gonna hang out here,
right,
and deliver a bullet down the field. And that's what you want to see out of your quarterback, is his ability to attack down the field when moving.
Addison far left opposite Terry and Arnold. That sounds like free money, but out of the shotgun, they're going to run it to Aaron Jones, and he's going to plot ahead to the right side and just get a yard, just outside the hash marks to the 39. So now it's 3rd and 9 from the Lions 38. Minnesota is 1 of 1 on 3rd down. McCarthy threw a touchdown to Jefferson. Goff threw a touchdown on 4th down to Sam Laporta, and with 5:13 and counting to go in the first quarter, this one is all tied at 7 as Justin Jefferson heads out wide left in front of his bench outside of the number 40. Now he goes in short motion to the left of McCarthy, who's out of the shotgun, and on 3rd down, 3rd and 9, takes the snap. Lions rush 4. Aiden Hutchinson got around somebody, pass deep left, and caught! Yes, Jordan Addison caught it at the 7-yard line. It's a 31-yard hit. McCarthy to Jordan Addison, and it's 1st and goal, Vikings.
They had him tied. They had Jordan Addison tied up on Arthur Millette, Paul, and it was kind of a clearing route. He was just running kind of a deep 7 route to kind of clear everything out underneath. But J.J. drifting so subtly to his left to extend the time in the pocket, and then gets aggressive. I love that he's looking down the field when he's moving off the spot.
1st and goal from the 7. McCarthy out of the shotgun. Jefferson in motion to the left. They fake a handoff to J.J. And McCarthy rolls out to the right. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown! Former Hawkinson catches that sidearm fastball from J.J. McCarthy, and the Minnesota Vikings have taken a 13-7 lead.
Beautiful job by T.J. Hawkinson to understand that he's got zone, and as he's trying to run a 7-run, we boot McCarthy out to get to the sideline, kind of get a high-low. Great job by Hawkinson to notice zone, settle in the hole, and a beautiful, beautiful throw by J.J. McCarthy on the move.
Reichert in the extra point, snap spot, end-over-end production is good. J.J. McCarthy has thrown 2 touchdown passes in the first 11-ish minutes of the game. And for T.J. Hawkinson, that is his second regular season touchdown in his last 20 games. It's 14-7 Minnesota on the KFAN Minnesota Vikings Audio Network, driven by Polaris.
Vikings fans, sometimes you need to play defense when you shop online. So many websites these days ask you to store your card numbers with them, and it's time to blow the whistle on that. Participating banks and credit unions are now offering Pays, an online checkout service with added security. With Pays, your card numbers stay hidden from merchants. Now that's protecting your pocket. Find out if your bank or credit union offers Pays today at Pays.com. That's Paze.com.
No matter who you are or what you do, there's a Ford vehicle that can help you own the day. Make life on the go feel like a breeze in the new Ford Explorer. Make tough tasks look easy with the powerful performance of a new built Ford Tough F-Series truck, the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years. Or take your adventures in the great outdoors to a whole new level with our built wild family of Ford Broncos. Whether it's for work or play, there's a Ford with a great deal waiting for you at your local Northland Ford dealers. Don't wait, get behind the wheel of a new Ford today, based on calendar year total sales.
She's Jan, the ultimate Vikings fan. Okay, everybody, welcome to the Vikings Jan Show Fan Show. My special guest today is Jared Allen. So, Jared, who you got for the Vikings game this week?
Minnesota Vikings.
Me too. So, that's our show. We'd like to thank our sponsor, the Minnesota Lottery, who reminds you this could be your year. Play the new
Vikings
Scratch Game for a shot at $100,000, game tickets, and more. Minnesota Lottery. I'm in. Must be 18 or older to play.
NFL fans, when it's time to get Vikings tickets, you can tackle game day with total certainty with Ticketmaster. With 100% verified tickets available all season long, you can count on getting in with ease and spend time focusing on the good stuff. Even if you're headed to the game last minute, you can still score seats. Want to meet up inside the stadium with your crew? Transferring your tickets is an easy handoff. So, get those touchdown celebrations ready and score your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Vikings.
The Wild, Gophers, Wolves, and Lynx are also heard here on the audio home of the Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota sports station is KFAN. Now, back to Vikings football.
Scoreboard Central.
Brought to you by U.S. Bank, the official bank of the Minnesota Vikings. Trick or treat, and there's some trickery from the Bears as Moore passes to Williams, a 2-yard touchdown pass. Bengals do have the lead, 10-7 over the Bears. Now back to PA.
All right, Mus, appreciate you. The most recent Vikings touchdown, 7 plays, 64 yards, 3 minutes, 40 seconds. J.J. McCarthy, 7-yard touchdown pass to T.J. Hawkinson. Boom. There's Will Reichert's kick with a 14-7 lead. And here comes Sailors from the 5 to the 10 to the 15 to the 20. And just inside the numbers, he's smacked by Michigan native Eric Wilson. It is a 26-yard return. And the Detroit Lions, with one of the best offensive lines, maybe the best in the NFL, head back out. Left to right, they go Taylor Decker, former first-round pick, Christian Mahogany in his second year, Graham Glasgow, a veteran, Tate Ratledge, second-round rookie from Georgia. He's the right guard. Penei Sewell is starting his 75th of 76 possible games. So not only is he really good, he never misses games. He's the right tackle, first down. Jared Goff out of the shotgun from his 30, looking left. Here's a blitz. Goff is hit, and Jared Goff is sacked back at the 23-yard line. Silence ensues at Ford Field.
Yeah, it's Jalen Redmond in the mix in that whole thing, and also Blake Cashman. There was really nowhere at all for Goff to go, Paul. And the Vikings up front are really dominating physically because that pocket just immediately collapsed. The receivers couldn't even get into their breaks.
6-yard loss, 2nd and 16. Goff goes under center. Jahmyr Gibbs stands tall, about 7 yards behind him. That's his bit. He stands up as the tailback. He's sole alone. Laporta in motion to the right. Toss right to Gibbs. Looks to get the edge. Runs right into Theo Jackson, who's able to slow him and stop him at the 31. It still is an effortless run of 7. But after that sack, it's now 3rd and 9 for Detroit with 3:05 and counting to go in the first quarter.
And speaking of the running game, if I go back to our offense, Aaron Jones, 5 attempts, 32 yards. He's averaging almost 6.5 yards a carry. So the reemergence of the running game for the Viking offense is a huge deal here. Now we got to win this down.
Lions 0 of 2 on 3rd down. The sack went the way of Blake Cashman, his first this season. 3rd and 9. Theo Jackson up by the line, retreats 20 yards from the line of scrimmage. So does Harrison Smith. They did that late. Goff throws over the middle, caught Amon-Ra St. Brown on Byron Murphy at the 50, first down. That is a 19-yard masterful play by these Detroit Lions to just effortlessly get things like that, first down.
Right, and that's one of those where it's a great play. You get some pressure on Goff, but I'll tell you what, Amon-Ra St. Brown is very, very tough to cover when you're pressuring the quarterback,
right,
and you're removing people out of the defensive backfield. Your cornerbacks have to hold up one-on-one. So that's just a great down, I think, offensively and defensively.
2 minutes to go in the first quarter, 14-7 Minnesota. Offset eye right behind Jared Goff. First down from the 50-yard line. Handoff Gibbs. Stutter step up the middle. He's able to get around Jonathan Allen as he angles to the right. He's hit by Ivan Pace Jr. at the 47 and stopped at the 46. That'll be a gain of about 4, 2nd and 6.
Interesting how Ivan Pace has really worked his way back onto this defense, Paul. Now, I don't know if that's just because of Gibbs and Montgomery and the running game that the Lions have, but I do know this. He has been doing an outstanding job on special teams. So whenever they're putting him out there, he's making plays.
2nd down, 2nd and 6 from the Vikings 46 deep in the first quarter. Jared Goff wears number 16, goes under center, play action. Ivan Pace Jr. blitz. Goff gets around it, throws right, incomplete. Looking for Laporta, and Taylor Decker has to help Jared Goff off the turf. Ivan Pace Jr. like a shot, 3rd and 6.
That's what you want, to see a player have to overcome some adversity like Ivan Pace and then try to make an impact. Levi Drake Rodriguez being in there. But back in the back end of our defense, Paul, a much better job by Josh Metellus to get up the seam and work his way to the deep in route that we always seem to get off the play action.
3rd down, 3rd and 6 from the Vikings 46 for Jared Goff out of the shotgun. 3 receivers to the right. Gibbs stands to the right of Goff. Laporta opposite Grenard to the left. Snap. Vikings blitz. Cashman got through. And Jared Goff is sacked again! Blake Cashman, one of several to get through, along with the likes of Eric Wilson, Javon Hargrave with a big rush. Lions ain't going to go for it on this 4th and 16. Instead, they're going to punt, and we're going to kick it down to Ben Lieber.
Well, I tell you what, guys, we talked pregame about how well Jared Goff is against the blitz, and the one thing that we couldn't do is tip our blitzes pre-snap. We are doing a phenomenal job of playing patient defense pre-snap. We're not tipping everything off. We're not getting on the front of our toes. We're waiting for the ball to snap to attack, and it's working out brilliantly.
Jack Fox with 10 punts this year inside the 10. Make that 7 inside the 10, first in the NFL. That'll be fair caught by Miles Price at the 12, and a flag comes in late. A flag came into the equation late. It's going to be holding on the Vikings.
Yeah, first penalty, I think, either way. A false start by Detroit, but right. The Vikings, I think this is the first penalty that we've run into.
During the kick,
Clay Martin.
Holding number 13 of the receiving team. Half the distance to the goal, it's first down.
That's Ty Felton. Now, Clay Martin, who you just heard, his staff calls the 8th most penalties in the NFL. A couple of key things here. This group calls the most illegal formations of any officiating group in the league. And they also call the 2nd most defensive holdings. And I think that's really key when you're playing against Amik Robertson and Terry and Arnold.
I do, and it's kind of the way the Lions play defense. They're taught to be aggressive. They're taught to grab. It's part of what they do. They consider themselves as physical as you can be in this day and age as a defensive backfield. And it's hard for wide receivers because offenses nowadays are based on timing. And when you're being held or checked, it slows things down. It puts receivers in different spots, and it can disrupt the timing of an offense. But so far, so good. But the accuracy of the downfield throws by J.J. McCarthy, this one-on-one coverage, I mean, we might take it. You're seeing one-on-ones across the board here, Paul.
He's out of the shotgun, 1st and 10 from his own 7 with a 7-point lead. Takes the snap. This time he gives it to Jordan Mason, who plows up the middle for a gain of 1, maybe 2. And it'll be 2nd down with 20 seconds and counting to go in the first quarter. Vikings lead 14-7 against a Lions team that is 3-0 at home this season and has won each of the games by at least 15 points. O'Connell's feeling good about himself. He has everybody hurry to the line. He wants another play. 7 seconds to go in the first quarter. Make it 5. McCarthy walks up, gives a signal to Brandell, and on 2nd down, they don't get the Lions to jump. That's the end of the first quarter. What a wonderful first quarter that was. J.J. McCarthy threw 2 touchdown passes and looks brilliant. One to Jefferson, the other to Hawkinson, and the Vikings have a 14-7 lead from Ford Field on the KFA and Minnesota Vikings Audio Network, driven by Paul Laris. Our friends at TimberTech have a checklist at the website for those of you desiring a deck. Go to timbertech.com, get started there. And after you go through the checklist of what to do with the decking and to find a contractor and everything, get yourself some samples. You'll love them. They'll send them to you for free, timbertech.com. And finally, when you work with those contractors, you will recognize TimberTech works with only the best. So if you need a deck with deck durability, start at timbertech.com.
As a leader in innovative ingredient solutions, Sam Nutrition offers a unique personal touch that only a family-owned business can provide. As your trusted partner in animal nutrition, we source the highest quality ingredients, ensuring you achieve optimal results. Discover how our family values drive us to connect industries and unlock peak performance across your entire operation with Sam Nutrition. Learn more by visiting samnutrition.com. Sam Nutrition, high performance, reasonable price. A proud partner of the Minnesota Vikings.
When it comes to childcare, nothing is more important than peace of mind. At New Horizon Academy, our award-winning infant program provides the highest standard of care so you can rest easy knowing your child is in safe, loving hands. And to make your life easier, our infant tuition covers everything your baby needs, including diapers. No extra charges, no surprises, just one simple, affordable tuition. Ready to make your life easier? Visit nhacademy.net to learn more about our all-inclusive infant care program. Your baby deserves the best, and so do you.
Ever feel like the road is out to... Thankfully, Hyundai is always working to ensure it doesn't, with over 130 IIHS Top Safety Awards since 2006. IIHS Top Safety Awards include Top Safety Pick and Top Safety Pick Plus awards to Hyundai vehicles from 2006 to 2025.
Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on the Tucson or Tucson Hybrid. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offers end November 3rd. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
This is Vikings Lions on the audio home for Vikings football, KFAN, The Fan.
Hey, Fox Local is a free streaming app. Search Fox Local on your streaming device. Install and stay connected to your Vikings and local news with Fox Local. Also experience Polaris Expedition, a performance side-by-side with all-season comfort. Polaris, think outside. Well, we are indoors at Ford Field, and the Minnesota Vikings lead the Detroit Lions 14-7 into the second quarter. It's 2nd and 9 for the Vikings from their own 8-yard line. McCarthy's out of the shotgun, puts Hawkinson in motion to the right. The Lions rush for McCarthy in trouble, and he gets out of it, runs out to the right, then he's tripped at the 4-yard line. So it's going to be a tackle for loss. It'll be a Derek Barnes with a 3-yard TFL, but McCarthy's former teammate Aiden Hutchinson was 2 feet from getting a safety.
Yeah, he was, and it was man-to-man across the board. McCarthy didn't have anywhere to go right away, but he was able to duck that and get out and get at least a little bit of breathing room, Paul. And this again, 3rd and long when you're backed up like this. You got to be careful. Get that ball out quickly, try to move the chains, but if not, you just can't risk getting a sack right here.
Minnesota 2 of 2 on 3rd down. 3rd and 12 from its own 5 with a 14-7 lead in the second quarter. 2 on the play clock. They get off the play. Lions rush 4. McCarthy fades to fire from the end zone. Throws left. Dropped by Hawkinson. Dropped by TJ at the 8. Now, he had about a 3% chance of turning around and getting the first down.
But it still buys you space, Paul. That's a bad drop. That's a bad drop.
Bad drop.
You don't want your punter backed up to the end zone or backed up in the back of the end zone. And the other thing it does is you're adding at least every yard that you gain, you're backing up the Lions, because this punt's going to come down somewhere around midfield.
Ryan Wright nearly with his heels out of the end zone. Snap. Khalif Raymond, one of the best in the NFL, for the punt return. Bad punt by Wright. And Raymond takes it at the Vikings 48, heads to the left side of the 45 to the 40. Then he's taken down at the 35. 13-yard return after a 43-yard punt by Ryan Wright. So the Lions are set up with good field position as we pause on the Northland Ford dealer scoreboard. Minnesota leads 14-7, 13:58 to go in the first half. And this is Minnesota Vikings football.
Paul Sutton Bourbon is a namesake bourbon made by our family for 7 generations. Grain to glass, never sourced. Paul Sutton Bourbon, passed down to be passed around.
All right, team, huddle up. It's game time at Mystic Lake. Score season-long prizes with drawings, giveaways, and more action at the official casino of the Minnesota Vikings. Catch a $15 round-trip ride to U.S. Bank Stadium for a Minnesota Vikings home game with Mystic Lake Game Day Park and Ride. And raise a glass to victory with game day food and drink specials at Hop House, the Twin Cities' newest sports bar and live music destination. Check out the latest casino promotions at mysticlake.com. You don't want to miss out.
For all the things you have to do and places you need to be, let Uber take you there. Because you had just one more 3 rounds ago. Because the 5 a.m. flight seemed like a good idea at the time. Because check engine lights always appear at the worst possible times. And because parking downtown is a nightmare. Because there are nights out, airport trips, and car troubles in your area, there are drivers in your area. Uber. Request a ride today. Wait time varies. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
Hey, friends with food allergies. Life is about to get way easier. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Look, let's not argue. You've got enough stress. Just remember this name. Liam's. Liam's. Lee to the ums. As in Liam's frozen entrees that are free of the top 9 allergens. What? Gluten-free, too. Delicious, nutritious, ready in minutes, safe meals for you, your kids, and even those adorable people who can eat whatever they want. Liam's rocks. To find which grocer's freezers are cool enough to stock Liam's, head to saferplate.com.
Paul Sutton Bourbon is a namesake bourbon made by our family for 7 generations. Grain to glass, never sourced. Paul Sutton Bourbon, passed down to be passed around.
Minnesota Wild Nashville Predators, Tuesday night at 7 on the audio home for Wild Hockey. FM 100.3 KFAN, The Fan.
14-7 Vikings, Lions ball at the Vikings 35. Pete, with the return of Andrew Van Ginkel, what have you seen?
Well, he hasn't shown up much in the stat column, but what he has been able to do is his ability to cover when you blitz. Because when you blitz, you're losing guys in coverage, but his ability to play in space, identify routes. And that last sack of Jared Goff, he had nowhere to go with the football. That's what Andrew Van Ginkel brings, that awareness, and he just plays so well in space, Paul.
They've sacked Goff twice, 15 for the season for him. Amon-Ra St. Brown in motion to the left, first down. Play action from under center. Goff throws left. It's caught. Laporta wrapped up immediately at the 32-yard line by Blake Cashman, playing a phenomenal game. He leads the Vikings in tackles today, and he also has a sack. That's a gain of 5. And the Lions are in a hurry with 13:40 to go in the first half, 14-7 Minnesota. Second and 5 from the Vikings 30. 2 tight ends for Goff, who's under center. Wright and Laporta, they're both to the right. Handoff Montgomery, room up the middle. Lowers the helmet at the 27. Smacks the Viking at the 25. He stopped right there, run of 5 yards. And it's close to the first down. We have no signal yet. In fact, it's going to be 3rd down and very short.
Yeah, we were wondering when they were going to start running the football again. Jared Goff's been sacked twice. He only had to run the football, I believe, 4 times going up into this point. And this is how they settle themselves down, by running the football.
3rd and short, 3rd and 1. Goff under center. Tailback David Montgomery. He gets the call up the middle, and he's stuck at the line of scrimmage. I think he got knocked backwards. It's a gain of 0. I mean, if they give him that first down, that's going to be very...
Oh, they did.
They did?
Wow.
He got smacked at the... Okay, first down Lions.
No, it's a great job by the defensive front. I've been saying it kind of all day, Paul, is that our defensive line is doing a much better job of playing on the other side of the line of scrimmage. They're not letting themselves get pushed around, and to make them earn it like they just did, I think, again, is a big win. Now just watch out for that play action. Make this Lions team earn it the rest of the way.
Amon-Ra St. Brown with 7 TDs this year to the left. A couple of tight ends in motion in tandem. Wright and Laporta to the left of Decker on first down. It's a toss left to David Montgomery. He had to leap over a Viking. The pursuit was so tenacious, and Blake Cashman will bring him down at about the 24-yard line. Gain of 2, 2nd and 8.
Paul, we've seen it already in this series alone, but even when Goff is throwing the football, it's throw, catch, and tackle. And this Lions team is so much about getting the football out quickly, giving the tight ends and receivers a chance to run. If we keep doing that and tackle well, we're going to give this Lion team everything they can handle.
Cashman with 9 tackles already. Goff facing a blitz, gets away from it, throws left, and David Montgomery caught it. Byron Murphy whiffed on the tackle. Come on! Montgomery to the 20, to the 15, stopped at the 10. I mean, Goff should have been sacked. Great job to duck under it, but it's unacceptable to miss that open field tackle on David Montgomery by Byron Murphy. It's a 14-yard first down gain.
And it's in the red zone, too. And that's just exactly what we were talking about. You've got a free rusher to the quarterback. You miss the sack. Unfortunately, he gets the football out, throws it to the line of scrimmage. One-on-one in space, you have to make that tackle. That should have been a 0 gain or a huge loss, but now the Lions are on the 10-yard line.
First down, they can get a first down just inside the 1. 14-7 Minnesota, 11 minutes to go in the first half. Off under center, throws over the middle, caught Amon-Ra St. Brown on Murphy, and Amon-Ra St. Brown reaches to the 2, maybe the 1. It's about a 9-yard gain, so it'll be second and very short for these Lions. They are in the shadow of the end zone, trailing by 7.
It's a run-pass option. They got the one-on-one matchup on the outside and just went that way.
Off under center. Dan Skipper, the extra offensive lineman's into the right of Penei Sewell. 2 tight ends outside of him. Handoff Montgomery. Vikings sniffed it out and said no. Go ahead and bring Skipper in. We're going to be the captain of this play. And they smack Montgomery for a loss of 1. Well done, Vikings defense. It's 3rd and 2.
I don't think you could have put any more bodies defensively in a box and try to get over the line of scrimmage as we just did on that play. Had the Lions decided to throw the football, they probably would have hit pay dirt, but that's what Flores is doing. He's saying, no, we're not going to let you rush for your touchdown. We're going to make you earn it.
3rd and 2 from the 2. The Lions can get a first down right in front of the goal line. Off shotgun. Snap. Looks left. Throws left. Incomplete. Amon-Ra St. Brown back left of the end zone on Isaiah Rodgers. It's 4th and 2. That
unbelievable. Now here's the other thing, Paul. You see how the timing is just getting a little bit off for this Lions offense?
Yep.
That's why sacking Goff, getting him off, getting him to duck, getting him to move around, it all adds up. Isaiah Rodgers, nice and physical on the outside. Here we go, 4th and goal. Let's see what's up.
The Lions are 1 of 1 on 4th down. It's actually 4th and 1. They can get a first down. Montgomery's the tailback, and we have a Vikings defensive timeout.
By Minnesota, their first. 30 seconds.
So it is 4th and 1.
Only 10 guys on the field.
From the 2-yard line. And Byron Murphy had an opportunity to thwart this whole thing and make sure it doesn't get down close to inside the red zone, but he didn't. Isaiah Rodgers might have gotten away with the defensive holding on Amon-Ra St. Brown, but they didn't call it. And Blake Cashman, 9 tackles in the first quarter and the first 5 minutes and change of the first half. Nice job, Blake.
Yeah, he's doing a wonderful job. Eric Wilson is 3 combined tackles, a sack already. Levi Drake Rodriguez with the sack. I mean, we've been getting after Jared Goff. It's so hard to do because the ball gets out so quickly. The defense has done, outside of that one play, Paul, with the missed sack and the missed tackle, this defense has played extremely well.
All right, Dan Skipper, the extra offensive lineman, back into the left of Taylor Decker. It's 4th and 1. Lions 1 of 1 on 4th down. They scored a touchdown to Laporta. Montgomery, the tailback. Skipper in motion to the right. Handoff Montgomery up the middle. Lowers the helmet. Plows to the end zone, and he gets in. Touchdown, Detroit Lions. They've scored 2 touchdowns on 4th down, and with 9.5 minutes to go in the first half, it's 14-13 Minnesota.
Yeah, it's just that kind of a cutback zone play to Christian Mahogany and Taylor Decker. And Mahogany is, as this offensive line goes, is a pretty stout offensive guard. I mean, he's very physical, and that's just what they did. It kind of came right inside of Jalen Redmond. So the Vikings, one bad play, but you do make them earn it. Now the game is all tied up. We're all squared up, and here we go. Let's start again.
Bates, 28 of 28 on extra points. They're reviewing the touchdown. All touchdowns are reviewed to make sure Montgomery got in. Clay Martin says he did. And now Hogan Hatton set to snap it to punter Jack Fox. Jake Bates kicks. Snap spot. Tie game. 9:39 to go in the first half on the Northland Ford dealer scoreboard. It's 14-14 from Ford Field. This is Minnesota Vikings football.
What if you had the smartest Wi-Fi? If you did, it'd be Xfinity, and it'd come with their best state-of-the-art equipment. It would boost speeds to the devices that needed them most, whether you were streaming, gaming, or gaming while pretending to work. It would even power your mobile connection so you could bring faster, secure Wi-Fi speeds with you where you use it most. If you had the smartest Wi-Fi, everything would work together seamlessly to keep you connected. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply.
Hey Vikings fans, Ben Lieber here. Looking for a healthy place for the entire family? Well, Lifetime, the official athletic country club of the Minnesota Vikings, champions healthy, happy lives for every member of the family. My wife really enjoys the Pilates classes, and I like a good interval workout on the treadmill. With over 25 clubs in the Twin Cities area that feature 100 classes a week, spacious workout floors, a relaxing spa, healthy cafe, and so much more, families truly can do it all at Lifetime. Get your family going today at lifetime.life to find a location near you.
What's the difference between banks and a credit union like Wings? One word: ownership. Banks are owned by shareholders, so profits go to shareholders. At Wings, you own it, literally. So profits are reinvested in your financial experience in the form of member-exclusive rates, robust digital services, and locations throughout Minnesota. No one likes switching, but it's time to stop missing out on the benefits of financial ownership. Visit wingcu.com/ownit. Insured by NCUA. Membership required.
Martin Marietta, an American-based company, is a leading producer of heavy building materials and the top supplier of aggregates and asphalt to the Twin Cities. Guided by values like safety, integrity, and stewardship, Martin Marietta strives to provide the materials on which our communities grow. Visit martinmarietta.com to learn more. Interested in a career with a rock-solid team offering competitive pay and benefits? Visit careersthatcrush.com to apply today. Skol Vikings!
Every Tuesday at 11, Vikings head coach Kevin O'Connell joins Paul Allen live from the TCO studio right here on the audio home for Vikings football. KFAN, The Fan.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Vikings football.
This is Vikings Lions on the audio home for Vikings football. FM 100.3 KFXN, Minneapolis, St. Paul, The Fan.
Ben Lieber on the sideline, Pete Bursich, yours truly, Paul Allen. High atop Ford Field behind the Lions bench. On-site producer Chris Hockey, engineer extraordinaire Jared Wells. David Koob. David Koob made the trip to the Motor City to do numbers for us, stats and spotting. And Brandon Molesky, Chad Abbott, back at FM 100.3 KFA, and here's the kick. Miles Price up the middle to the 20, bumps it out to the left to the 25. Grant Stewart, their leading tackler on special teams, brings him down to the 26. Let's go down to bed.
Yeah, guys, I think the one thing a lot of Vikings fans wanted to see is a commitment to the run game from this Vikings offense, and it seems like we're doing that, especially on first down. We've had 4 first down runs, and then when Aaron Jones has been in there, he's not in there right now to start this drive. He's had 3 runs for 26 yards already in this game, and a lot of those plays are between the tackles, so we're getting to work between the tackles, getting downhill, and it's working.
J.J. McCarthy's under center, and the tailback is Jordan Mason. Jordan Addison in motion to the left. McCarthy boots out to the right. He's going to look to run. Stutter step at the 25, taken down at the line of scrimmage. It'll be no gain, 2nd and 10. Excellent pursuit by Tyler Lacey, a third-year defensive lineman from Oklahoma State.
Yeah, absolutely nowhere to go. And this is a sneaky, important drive for the Vikings offense because the Lions have been using all three phases, right? The defense goes out, makes a stop. They get a good punt return to a good short section of the field. The Lions offense then takes it in for a touchdown. So we have to answer that. We have to at least flip the field in this situation.
2nd and 10. McCarthy goes under center. Jalen Naylor slot left outside of him. Addison Jefferson wide right. Handoff. Jordan Mason play stops. We had flags. We had flags before the snap.
False start.
Is a false start in Minnesota. Now with display mark.
Prior to the snap, false start. Offense number 1. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Naylor, though.
Yeah, no reason for a wide receiver on a running play to ever be offsides. I mean, really, you just keep your eye inside, and once that ball moves, you move. It's again, in a game that's this tight, against a team that's this good in the Lions, you can't afford to make those mistakes, and now we have to overcome that. It's 2nd and 15. We need a good, positive 10-yard type play here at least to even this thing up.
2nd and 15 from the Vikings 22. McCarthy out of the shotgun. Fakes a handoff to Mason. Loops it left to Jones. Great play. Gets to the 30 by the sideline to the 40. Aaron Jones chopped down at the 50-yard line, and he falls ahead to the Lions 47. A catch and run by Aaron Jones. 31 yards, first down.
Wow, you wonder, you're seeing right now how much Aaron Jones means to this offense and how much they use him out of the backfield. You talk about play design, Paul. There was not a Lions defender within 10 yards of him when he caught that football in the flat.
Hawkinson blocked up Branch.
Yeah, you don't see that in the NFL very often. What a huge explosive play on such a short throw. Beautiful play design.
3 catches, 51 yards for Aaron Jones.
JJ in the backfield.
Justin Jefferson in the backfield to the left of McCarthy out of the shotgun. Hey, Vikings fans, are you ready to grow your own Super Bowl team? GPAC has 34 years in the recruiting game, and we're here to help you source top talent across multiple industries nationwide. Don't wait on the sidelines. Visit gogpac.com today. That's GOGPAC.com. GPAC, your friends in South Dakota and proud supporters of the Minnesota Vikings. Skol Vikings, and go GPAC!
No matter who you are or what you do, there's a Ford vehicle that can help you own the day. Make life on the go feel like a breeze in the new Ford Explorer. Make tough tasks look easy with the powerful performance of a new built Ford Tough F-Series truck, the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years. Or take your adventures in the great outdoors to a whole new level with our built wild family of Ford Broncos. Whether it's for work or play, there's a Ford with a great deal waiting for you at your local Northland Ford dealers. Don't wait, get behind the wheel of a new Ford today. Based on calendar year total sales.
Quick Trip and your Minnesota Vikings are teaming up to put you in the ride of your dreams. Picture this. You behind the wheel of a brand new 2025 Ford Bronco Big Bend. Nice picture. Make it happen. Stop by your local Quick Trip, and for every $1 you spend using Quick Rewards, you'll earn a point to spend in the Vikings Fan Zone. Buy special qualifying products and earn bonus Fan Zone points. Kick off your winning season the right way with Quick Trip and your Minnesota Vikings. Details at quicktrip.com/fanzone.
Mesh Besher and Spence bring you Vikings linebacker Jonathan Grenard with a power trip every Tuesday on the official morning show and station for Vikings football, KFAN.
Scoreboard Central.
It's brought to you by the Minnesota Lottery, where you can play the new Viking scratch game from the Minnesota Lottery with a chance to win up to $100,000 instantly. Caleb Williams, not only has he thrown for a touchdown, he also received a touchdown pass as well, and the Bears are up over the Bengals 14-10. It's Dowdle on the ground, runs one in. Panthers are up over the Packers. That game is 7-3 in favor of the Panthers. Chargers and Titans, where you got Herbert throwing a couple of touchdowns. They're up 17-14, Chargers over the Titans right now. And Drake May, he's thrown at least 2 touchdowns. He's up 21-7, that being the Patriots over the Falcons. Now back to PA.
All right, Must, appreciate you. Must back up, by the way, at Scoreboard Central with Master Control Supervisor Brandon Molesky and producer Chad Abbott, making up the ancillary portion of the Vikings Radio Network team at Ford Field. Ben Lieber, Pete Bursich, and yours truly, Paul Allen. And Jacob Saylor's taking the Reichert kick near side, 10, 15, 20, angles to the left, 25. And he'll be taken down at the 29. That's a 28-yard return. Unreal is back with its limited edition Vikings drop. Head to unrl.com for details. And by the way, listen very closely if you like wings from Buffalo Wild Wings. The Vikings have 2 sacks in the game already, which means 6 free boneless or traditional wings at Buffalo Wild Wings, Minnesota locations. Thank you, Buffalo Wild Wings, home of the Friday football feast. Here comes Jared Goff, trailing by 3, 4.5 minutes to go in the first half. Jahmyr Gibbs, the tailback, and he gets the call up the middle, and it's Javon Hargrave with a tackle for loss. Like a shot from the middle of the Lions' offensive line. It's a loss of 2, and it's 2nd and 12.
Now, we needed that from Javon Hargrave, Paul. We've been trying to find him. We haven't talked much about him. He just hasn't done a lot, but he came knifing in as Jahmyr Gibbs tried to cut that play back. What a huge, huge play to get the Lions to 2nd and 12.
Yeah, for Hargrave, just his 3rd tackle for loss this year. 2nd down, 4 minutes to go in the first half. Goff out of the shotgun. It's another blitz, so he throws fast right. Caught Amon-Ra St. Brown, and 3 Vikings stand him up, and 3 Vikings throw him down, including Theo Jackson, who appears to be a little banged up. Jackson slow to get up. It'll be a gain of 8, making it 3rd and 4. Theo's now going to check out of the game. And Fabian Moreau and Andrew Van Ginkel check in. Fabian Moreau elevated from the practice squad due to Jeff Okudah being out with a concussion. 3rd down, 3rd and 4. And Detroit is 2 of 6 on 3rd down. Amon-Ra St. Brown in motion to the left, 3 receivers left, pass left, incomplete. It's Harry the Hitman, the veteran, who came blitzing off the edge, and he deflected the Goff pass, and now Jack Fox is back into punt.
Paul, let's rewind this a play. When you got the ball to Amon-Ra St. Brown, as soon as he caught that football, he was hit and tackled. So that makes them line up again, 3rd and 4. Throw it again, blitz off the edge, and then with the timing, Harrison Smith just beautifully batting that football down. The tackling is the big difference today so far.
Hatton snap to Fox. High punt. Miles Price calls for a fair catch, and he brings it in at the 25-yard line. It's a 40-yard punt. And the Vikings lead 17-14 with 3:13 to go in the first half. We pause from Ford Field on the KFAN Minnesota Vikings audio network, driven by Polaris.
Every team needs a top pick, and every home does too. That's why pros and homeowners choose Anderson, the #1 trusted window and door brand. Built to last through every season, Anderson makes it easy with windows and doors that perform as great as they look. So whether it's scoring style points or tackling tough weather, you can trust your home to Anderson, the official window and door partner of the Minnesota Vikings. 2024 Anderson brand surveys of U.S. contractors, builders, architects, and homeowners. For warranty info, visit AndersonWindows.com.
Huddle up, Vikings Nation. Don't let that Skol chant fade. Let it echo through the hallways, the bars, the stadium, and the city. Because when the Vikings score 2 or more touchdowns, you'll get a free Big Mac with a purchase of $2 or more. Only in the McDonald's app. Offer valid once per person the day after the Vikings score 2+ touchdowns through 2/28/26 at participating McDonald's. Excludes tax. Must opt into rewards.
For the Vikings, growth is a team effort. Coaches maximize performance. Teammates push your limits. But in business, who's there to help you grow? Lumen. That's who. Like saving live broadcasts from lag time, helping deliver the in-stadium experience for fans with millions more around the globe, and bringing all the benefits of the cloud to your network. So it's as secure as a defensive line and as legendary as the fans that cheer them on. Welcome to the on-demand network that meets your demands. Learn more at lumen.com. Services not available everywhere.
This is how your feet feel in a pair of bad-fitting shoes. And this is how your feet feel in a pair of great-fitting shoes from Trade Home Shoes. Trade Home Shoes, proud partner of the Minnesota Vikings, has been delivering premium footwear for over 100 years. We are Minnesota-based, employee-owned, and here to help your whole family find shoes that fit. Trade Home Shoes. Enjoy life. Feet first.
This is Vikings Lions live on the Fan. Here's Paul Allen.
Welcome back to the game. It's 17-14 Vikings over Lions. And Pete Bursis, I want to bring you into this conversation and ask you the question. On the last series, Aaron Jones went 31 yards on a swing pass to the left-hand side off play action. That personnel grouping is what we call 21 pony. It's two running backs, but it's not a fullback. It's both running backs and a tight end. Why is that so challenging for defenses?
It's challenging when you have one guy in Jones that's like a wide receiver and then another one that's like Mason, who's a solid running back. You don't cover backs out of the backfield the same way you do wide receivers. Usually that's a linebacker's job, and we got him on that. So those two running backs in at the same time change everything. You got a false start right there. So.
Offense number 71, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Darisaw trying to get that jump, so it's 1st and 15. Now, the Vikings offense is on the field, as you just heard with the analysts, former linebackers, Ben Lieber and Pete Bursic. Here's a major key to even having a 3-point lead. The Lions have run for 25 yards. Let's not forget, the Vikings, with their 4 games on the road, are allowing 149 rushing yards per road game, including 200 and change to the LA Chargers a couple of Thursdays ago. 1st and 15, McCarthy's been sacked 3 times. He works out of the shotgun. He's going to hand it to Aaron Jones. More room around the right side. Gets to the 25 outside the numbers. Eludes a diving Brian Branch, but is taken down by Jack Campbell. Run of 6, 2nd and 9.
And as important as McCarthy's been today, and as accurate as he's been today, Aaron Jones so far is the MVP in my eyes, just because of his ability to take a handoff, and he's a slashing type runner. So if you overplay one side or the other, he's going to find that gap, and he is at 70 yards on the ground already.
Jefferson solo alone up top the formation opposite of Meek Robertson. 2nd and 9. McCarthy back to pass. Hit as he throws, and it's caught by Hawkinson. Flag comes in. This is going to be unnecessary roughness on the Lions.
Jack Campbell
for smacking J.J. McCarthy. We appreciate that free first down.
Personal foul, roughing the passer with body weight. Defense number 46, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Yeah, and he said it's hard. I mean, it's hard. It's almost impossible for a defender.
That's another awful call.
But I'll take it. I'm taking it right now. I mean, we could 15 yards and a first down with 2:28 left to go in the second quarter with a 3-point lead. I will take it.
I understand.
Absolutely. But it's still a bad call.
Yeah, I mean, there have been 3 calls in this game that really play into the 17-14 Vikings lead, and one of them was in the end zone. Isaiah Rodgers held Amon-Ra St. Brown on his double move, and it was an incomplete pass. Aiden Hutchinson, 15. Jack Campbell, 15. But we're here to snap a 2-game Minnesota Vikings losing streak, so we don't really care about that. 2:05 to go in the first half. Busted play. McCarthy looked to give it to somebody. Nobody was there, so he dives down and after a loss of 4 yards, and he's been sacked 4 times. 2-minute warning. Minnesota ball. Minnesota lead 17-14 on the KFAN Minnesota Vikings audio network, driven by Polaris.
No matter who you are or what you do, there's a Ford vehicle that can help you own the day. Make life on the go feel like a breeze in the new Ford Explorer. Make tough tasks look easy with the powerful performance of a new built Ford Tough F-Series truck, the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years. Or take your adventures in the great outdoors to a whole new level with our built wild family of Ford Broncos. Whether it's for work or play, there's a Ford with a great deal waiting for you at your local Northland Ford dealers. Don't wait, get behind the wheel of a new Ford today, based on calendar year total sales.
Flu season is here. Get your flu shot today at your local Hy-Vee pharmacy. It's easy, convenient, and no appointment is necessary. Plus, when you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, earn a 20-cent fuel saver. That's right, a 20-cent fuel saver. Get your flu shot when it's convenient for you. Schedule online or just stop by your Hy-Vee pharmacy. No appointment necessary. Help your family stay healthy. Get your flu shot and get a 20-cent fuel saver only at Hy-Vee. See store for details. Some restrictions apply.
Vikings fans, looking to upgrade your wardrobe? This local brand based in St. Paul will become your new go-to. Unreal is the premium athleisure brand that combines comfort, versatility, and style. Crafting elevated apparel that will take you from the office to the gym or the airport to the golf course. Wherever you go, they've got you covered. Shop now at Unreal.com and experience the difference yourself. That's UNRL.com, the best athleisure wear in the game.
For Minnesotans, the outdoors is home.
Nobody gives you more ways to get there than Polaris. From Indian motorcycles and Ranger side-by-sides to Indy snowmobiles and Bennington pontoons, we bring Minnesota's best to every season. Our wooded trails, twisted highways, and the rugged shores of all 10,000 lakes are an invitation. A chance to let what's outside challenge what's inside you. Polaris. Think outside. A proud partner of your Minnesota Vikings.
I'm Jordan Addison, and this is the audio home of the Minnesota Vikings. KFAN. Back to Vikings football.
2 minutes to go in the first half. 17-14 Minnesota. Welcome back to the Motor City Ford Field. Its first season was 2002. One of the finer stadiums in the National Football League, in the opinion of the Vikings Audio Network. And even finer and more beautiful when the Vikings win here, which hasn't happened in quite some time. But they lead 17-14 with 2 minutes to go in the first half. And your second-year quarterback, J.J. McCarthy, 9 of 12, 86 yards and 2 touchdowns. Looking at a 2nd and 13 from his own 42, working out of the shotgun. He's been sacked 3 times. He steps up, looking down the field, fires a fastball, incomplete, overthrew Jefferson by a mile. Justin was at the 50, would have been shy of the first down, but now it's 3rd and 13. Speaking of Justin Jefferson, by the way, Pete, sorry to clip, he, with his 3 catches today, he has tied Adam Thielen for the 3rd most in the history of Minnesota Vikings football. They each have 539. One more catch by Jefferson, 3rd amongst everybody.
Yeah, obviously, he's had an unbelievable career already. He's adjusting to yet another quarterback as we speak. That last play should have been at least a throw and completion to get us to 3rd and 5.
The Vikings are 2 of 4 on 3rd down. McCarthy shotgun. Here's a Lions blitz. He floats out to the right. Now he heaves one center of the field, picked off by the Lions. Flags all over the place. And this is intercepted by Thomas Harper, the safety filling in for Kirby Joseph. Aiden Hutchinson and J.J. McCarthy are having some words with each other in joyous fashion.
Hutchinson's saying the ball was
Before
tipped.
the pass was thrown,
there you go,
illegal
Hutchinson.
contact. Defense number 21.
Thank you.
5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Nacho Lieber pointed it out right before the boom. Amik Robertson and Justin Jefferson go way, way back. I don't know if Amik was covering Justin on that play. He's one of the grabbiest, handsiest players in the entire NFL. And they got him for it that time.
Yeah, and the Lions, Paul, they've continued to bail us out. And it was Justin Jefferson in a break, and Amik Robertson did that deal where he tried to hold him, close to his vest. And it's a really good call. And that's what the Lions defense does. They usually don't get called for it.
If they're making that call all day on Robertson or Arnold, said corners have a problem. 1st and 10. Fake toss right to Jones. McCarthy boots out left, throws it to Hawkinson, incomplete. And it's 2nd and 10. Alex Anzalone had his former teammate T.J. Hawkinson blanketed on that play. 2nd and 10.
Another play action, letting McCarthy roll out. So obviously we're seeing so much more in the way of play actions and boots and getting the quarterback moving. I think all of that has helped the interior protection because they just haven't had to block the offensive line. That is a spot, but we're becoming a little bit more inefficient on 1st down, Paul, leaving us with 2nd and 3rd and longs.
Yeah,
we got to get some positive yardage here pretty soon.
And the Lions still have 3 timeouts. We need to make them burn some. 2nd and 10 from the Vikings 47, late in the first half. McCarthy, ball's tipped at the line of scrimmage, but it is caught out of the air by a Viking close to the line of scrimmage. That's Justin Jefferson, and in serendipitous fashion, Justin Jefferson has passed Adam Thielen with his 540th reception and has the 3rd most catches in the history of Minnesota Vikings football. It's 3rd and 11.
Well, we were wondering how this McCarthy and Justin Jefferson relationship was going to work out. So far today, it's been fantastic.
Right.
Now, for McCarthy, a lot of tip balls at the line of scrimmage over the 2.5 games that he's been in.
The Vikings are 2 of 4 on 3rd down. Empty backfield. McCarthy shotgun, 3 receivers left, 2 right. It's 3rd and 11 from the Vikings 46. Detroit rushes 3, and McCarthy fires left, and it's either caught by Naylor or intercepted by Arnold. One of the two. Somebody make a call at the 38. Is it a first down or is it Lions ball? What are we doing? See, now a bunch of Lions jump on the pile, and the whole thing can change.
All right, this thing is going to get reviewed.
It's either a Naylor catch or Arnold's first interception. What is it?
The ball should have been, if it's an interception, that's on Naylor because that ball should have been caught. They don't know.
We got Vikings out on the field, by the way, defensive players. Not because they think they're coming out to play, but they're frustrated.
They're going to rule it a turnover because that way it's going to get reviewed. So I'm expecting, I'm very much expecting this to be called an interception.
Goff's walking out on the field like it's an interception.
He's going to go holler at TJ.
Clay Martin and 4 of his cohorts are chatting at the 38-yard line. Is this a Jalen Naylor catch or a Terrion Arnold?
Nope, it's incomplete, actually.
After a crew discussion, the ruling on the field is an interception by Detroit.
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah, no, see.
That's Terrion Arnold's first NFL interception.
I'm just saying the other part of it, too, is this football looks like it hits the ground, Paul. So it might go down as an incomplete pass. All turnovers are reviewed.
The ruling on the field was an interception by the defense. That play is now under review.
Thank you. It's probably going to come back as an incomplete pass from the quick review that I saw. It looked like that football hit the ground.
Pass was a little behind Jalen Naylor. It looked like he brought it in. Then Arnold got his hands on it. Then they went to the ground together. And we got the replay, the Fox replay above us here. If you want to take a peek, that's Arnold's ball. Yeah, but Terrion Arnold took the ball from him. Okay. But if it stands, Terrion Arnold, 24th overall pick in 2024, second year from Alabama. That would be his first National Football League interception.
Well, you see, he's on the ground.
Yeah. Completing the catch bit counts for cornerbacks.
Tie goes to the receiver.
Oh.
So if they both have possession, as it looks like, because Jalen Naylor has 2 hands on the football, and so does Terrion Arnold.
You're right.
So if it's a tie, it should be a reception. If that's how they're going to rule it.
Well, I saw the ball drag on the turf.
So did I. That's why I thought it was incomplete. But after getting a second look at it, because he's down when his knee hits the ground and it's dual possession, that should go to the offense. Everything I've seen, taught, learned, coached, tie goes to the offense. So they've definitely got a lot to talk about down there, and I think the longer they talk about it, the better it is for us.
Clay Martin under the hood. Here it is.
After review, the ruling on the field does stand as called.
Wow.
It's an interception. First round Detroit.
There's so much murkiness, Paul, with all the reviews and with everything else that it's disappointing. The Vikings have benefited from a lot of calls today. I'm not going to lie about that.
Yeah.
And the bottom line is this. You have 37 seconds to try to keep the Lions from tying this football game up. So do you play prevent, kind of a 2-minute style of defense, or do you stay aggressive and be risky and try to get after Goff? We'll see.
They're changing the game clock to 47. So from 37 to 47. And for J.J. McCarthy, in his 3rd start, that is the 4th interception of his young career against 4 touchdowns, including 2 today. First down for the Lions from their own 39, 17-14 Vikings. Minnesota gets the ball to begin the second half. Lions have all 3 timeouts. 4-man rush. Goff straight drop, throws right, incomplete. Khalif Raymond on a shallow cross that was long developing. It's 2nd and 10.
There's no question that our defense has Goff off of his game, Paul. He does not miss throws like that. He's a 74% completion percentage quarterback.
88% in his last 2 against the Vikes.
There you go. He just is off, and it's the pressure we've been able to get on him.
And he's been sacked a couple of times, including one by Blake Cashman. 2nd and 10. Goff straight drop. Now he rolls out to the right, sets up a screen to Jahmyr Gibbs. Andrew Van Ginkel with a tackle for loss. And Van Ginkel basically ran the route for Gibbs and brought him down with a tackle for loss. So now it'll be 3rd and 11, 3rd and 12. Timeout Lions.
This Van Ginkel's having a very sneaky good game today. Just being where he needs to be in coverage and everything else. I mean, last year, game 17 here, Paul, Van Ginkel played masterfully. I mean, we missed some opportunities on offense, but defensively up until the end of the 3rd quarter, This group played very, very well. Van Ginkel was a big part of that. So it's a big shot in the arm, I think, for the entire group to have him back.
The Vikings defense playing absolutely its best game of the year. Not only has sacked Jared Goff twice, but the Lions' touchdowns, both touchdowns, came on 4th down. They had to really work hard to get them. 3rd and 11 from their own 38. 37 seconds to go in the first half. Play clock at 7. Goff takes the snap. Hitman blitzes. Pass over the middle. Incomplete. He short hop Laporta. And now it's 4th and 11. They're going to have to punt again. That's exactly what you just said, Pete, about Goff being off his spot, off his game.
Yeah, earlier on in the first drive, he was able to find Laporta deep down the middle of the field against the blitz. And since then, we've been at his legs, at his ankles, knocking him on the ground, sacking him a couple times. He doesn't feel comfortable in the pocket. He doesn't understand what rush he's getting, and he's just trying to get rid of the football. I've not seen Goff this inaccurate in a very long time.
Now this punter, Jack Fox, throws 4 of 5, 61 yards. Be careful. Not this time. This is a boomer inside the 10, and Miles Price fields it at the 4. He's going to head to the right, and he is able to elude one Lion. Hold on to it, my man, at the 11-yard line. 57-yard punt, and a 6-yard return by Miles Price. As you like to say, discretion is the better part of valor. I happen to think valor was the better part of discretion because that sucker was going to roll into the end zone.
Yeah, he was a smart move, I think, on Miles. And Miles Price, how about him today with the big kickoff return early that sets up the offense?
To the sideline, Nacho Lieber.
Yeah, guys, we talked about this earlier in the game, but it just continues to happen, every single series, that our defensive movements pre-snap, the bluffs, the bails, the disguise packages, the blitzing after the ball is snapped at times, the blitzing when it looks like it's going to blitz and then they snap the ball and we're in a different spot. That last play where Harrison got the quarterback hit, there was a late movement where we moved a defensive tackle. Metellus goes out to the B gap. He fakes the blitz and then backs out, and it can completely confuse the offense.
McCarthy takes the knee.
A lot more Harrison Smith today, guys, so I think Harrison Smith's a big part of that.
17-14 Minnesota as we head to halftime, and the Vikings get the ball to begin the second half. J.J. McCarthy has thrown 2 touchdown passes, one to Justin Jefferson, the other to T.J. Hawkinson, and all is good in this neighborhood so far at halftime, the neighborhood being Detroit, Michigan, and the Vikings lead by 3. Back shortly, it's Minnesota Vikings football.
Change is always happening, but no matter what changes in 5 years, there's one thing that will stay the same: the price of your internet. With the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi, with our best equipment included, for a price that stays exactly the same. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
Big decisions and deep dives all this week on Fox 9. First, you decide your city, your school, your future. Cast your ballot on Tuesday, Election Day. Then watch the results roll in all day and all night on Fox 9 and streaming live on Fox Local. Then Wednesday, Gales of November, Diving the Edmund Fitzgerald, a Fox 9 original documentary featuring rare footage and first-hand accounts from the divers who explored the wreck. That's Wednesday night at 9:30 on Fox 9 and streaming anytime on Fox Local.
Vikes fans, you know the drill. Game day isn't game day without the right lineup off the field. That's why I roll with Top 10 Liquors, the preferred liquor store of the Minnesota Vikings. Whether it's beer for the tailgate, bourbon for a celebratory pour, or even the latest seltzers, Top 10's got your game day covered. With 15 convenient metro locations, there's always a Top 10 nearby. Stock up today and make sure your next watch party feels like a win. Top 10 Liquors, more than a liquor store.
She's Jan, the ultimate Vikings fan.
Okay, everybody, welcome to the Vikings Jan Show Fan Show. My special guest today is Jared Allen. So, Jared, who you got for the Vikings game this week?
Minnesota Vikings.
Me too. So, that's our show. We'd like to thank our sponsor, the Minnesota Lottery, who reminds you this could be your year. Play the new
Vikings
Scratch Game for a shot at $100,000, game tickets, and more. Minnesota Lottery. I'm in. Must be 18 or older to play.
Vikings football heard here on FM 100.3 KFAN, the The Fan.
The Minnesota Vikings halftime report is presented by U.S. Bank, Polaris, Happy Thursday Spiked Refreshers, and by Twin Cities Orthopedics. Now live from the KFAN studios, here's Mike Mussman.
Vikes have the lead, 17-14 at the half. Here's your halftime stats presented by Lumen, that is official technology partner of the Minnesota Vikings. For J.J. McCarthy, he goes 10 of 16, 85 yards, a couple of touchdowns, an interception that I still don't believe is an interception, but nonetheless, it counts as an interception. Aaron Jones on the ground, 7 carries, 69 yards so far. And it's Jefferson with 4 receptions, 22 yards, and a touchdown. Other side, you got Jared Goff going 11 of 18, 115, a touchdown, 0 interceptions. And you got Gibbs on the ground, just 4 carries, just 15 yards. Sam Laporta, he has 4 receptions, 71 yards, and a touchdown. And those are your stats. And there's a new way to stream your Vikings coverage, shows, and insight right on your big screen TV. It's Fox Local, a free streaming app. Search Fox Local on your streaming device, install, and then stay connected with your Vikings and local news with Fox Local. Scoring started early. Sam Laporta, 40-yard touchdown pass from Goff. First quarter, 7-0. The Lions take the lead. Justin Jefferson, just his 2nd touchdown of the season. It was a 10-yarder, one-handed, 7-7. They tie it all up, and then still in the first, T.J. Hawkinson, a 7-yard touchdown pass from J.J. McCarthy, 14-7. The Vikings have the lead. Montgomery, a 2-yard plunge in for the Lions, 14-14. It's in the second quarter, and then Reichert hits from 50 yards out. That field goal is good. 17-14 is where we land. Hey, you can join Vikings, Miller Lite, and KFAN for the Salute to Service Bar Tour. That's how coming up this week, November 4th through the 7th. Win Vikings tickets, merch, and enjoy a beer. Find all the details on Viking Street Team Instagram page. That at Viking Street Team's Instagram page. 17-14 here at the half. Chris Hockey's going to join me coming up here next in the second half of our halftime show. We'll talk about what needs to happen in the second half for your Minnesota Vikings to continue on leading and get a win against the Lions in Detroit on the Minnesota Vikings Audio Network, driven by Polaris.
Hey, Vikings fans, are you ready to grow your own Super Bowl team? GPAC has 34 years in the recruiting game, and we're here to help you source top talent across multiple industries nationwide. Don't wait on the sidelines. Visit gogpac.com today. That's GOGPAC.com. GPAC, your friends in South Dakota and proud supporters of the Minnesota Vikings. Skol Vikings and go GPAC.
Eagan, Minnesota is the proud home of the Minnesota Vikings, and it's also the ultimate destination for fantastic fun. Eagan features over 100 unique restaurants and amazing attractions, such as Twin Cities Premium Outlets and the Vikings Museum. And when you stay in any of Eagan's 19 incredible hotels Thursday through Sunday and pick your package, you'll receive 2 free tickets to the Vikings Museum. Other great offers are also available. For complete details, visit enjoyegan.com. That's enjoyegan.com.
For all the things you have to do and places you need to be, let Uber take you there. Because you had just one more 3 rounds ago. Because the 5 a.m. flight seemed like a good idea at the time. Because check engine lights always appear at the worst possible times. And because parking downtown is a nightmare. Because there are nights out, airport trips, and car troubles in your area, there are drivers in your area. Uber. Request a ride today. Wait time varies. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Smart beds start at $9.99. Prices higher in Alaska and Hawaii. All Sleep Number smart beds offer temperature solutions for your best sleep. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today. Official sleep and wellness partner of the Minnesota Vikings.
Your home for all things purple. FM 100.3 KFAN, The Fan.
First and goal from the 7. McCarthy out of the shotgun. Jefferson in motion to the left. They fake a handoff to JJ. And McCarthy rolls out to the right. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown! Former Lion T.J. Hawkinson catches that sidearm fastball from J.J. McCarthy. And the Minnesota Vikings have taken a 13-7 lead.
One of two touchdowns thrown by J.J. McCarthy in the first half, 17-14. The Vikings have the lead here at halftime. And located at Eden Prairie Center, Wildfire offers steaks, chops, and seafood in a modern-day 1940s supper club. You can join them for lunch, dinner, and carry out. You can plan your next event in one of their private rooms or let them cater to your home or office. Visit wildfirerestaurant.com. Off we go to Ford Field. Chris Hockey from the Power Trip Morning Show is joining me now. And Hockey, you get to hear a couple of those touchdowns from J.J. McCarthy, slinging it. You got the one-arm stab there from Jets. But ultimately, what the Vikings defense is doing to Jared Goff and throwing him off of his timing has been amazing so far in this first half.
So true. And let me just make the obvious comment here. How much fun is this? I mean, this is the most fun game I've seen from us this year. Even the wins weren't this much fun. Do you know why? Because we're seeing a young quarterback come into his own. He looks calm. He looks like he knows what he's doing. He looks like he's making his own decisions. How many people said we've seen one good quarter out of our quarterback? Now we've seen three. I felt really good about it. Let's talk about the defense, though, Mush. You make the point right there. Goff is not himself right now, and those aren't words you say very often about that quarterback. I love what we're doing. I love what we're doing with Harrison Smith. We're seeing him be so active, and as Ben said to me in my earphones right before we went to break, at this point in his career, Harrison's much better going forward than going backward. He's doing that a lot right now.
And how about what we've done against that run game? You know, we're coming into this game talking about Gibbs and how he's just run roughshod on the Vikings the last two games that he's played against us. Just 25 yards total rushing offense for the Lions in the first half.
And it's interesting, Gibbs has 4, Montgomery has 6. So you're right, we're shutting that down. And again, you know, this is a great team we're facing here, right? There's no doubt about it. Detroit's going to do some things in the locker room and adjust some things. Can they do enough to adjust to what we've been doing on defense? I'm not sure. But I will say this, we're seeing exactly, again, what we wanted to see out of our young quarterback. I'm sorry if I keep coming back to that, Muss, but I am super excited right now as a Viking fan, not just somebody who's doing this for a living, but as somebody who loves this team, to see the quarterback showing the promise that he's showing right now.
Yeah, he looks the part definitely in the first half, as he is 10 of 16, 85 yards, and a couple of touchdowns so far. And he's made some unbelievable throws. One to Addison, which was incomplete, but then the throw he had to Jets with the one-handed stab for the touchdown, that was awesome.
Yeah, again, I'm not saying he's been perfect, but he's thrown to 6 different receivers. I love that. He's not looking in one spot and freezing, and he's also getting out of the pocket. And again, sometimes getting out of the pocket and making throws, but sometimes getting out of the pocket and going down with the ball. You know, he's making good decisions, and he looks like he's in control. Man, that's what I needed to see today.
All right, Chris, thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
Thanks, buddy. Go get him.
All right, Chris Hockey there. The Vikings get the ball to start off the second half, and Vikings fans buy any Pothole Pizza or a 20-ounce Pepsi or Mountain Dew with quick rewards for your chance to score big. One weekly winner is going to win a $500 gift card. And if the Vikings score a touchdown over 50 yards that week, one lucky fan wins $5,000. Visit quicktrip.com/sweepstakes for details. As I mentioned, the Vikings get the ball to start off the second half. They have the lead 17-14. PA takes over next on the Minnesota Vikings Audio Network, driven by Polaris.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious. With multiple engine options and impressive towing, well, Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability. Nice. Making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. Visit ChevyDealOnline.com.
You're listening to Vikings football.
Vikings fans, meet the MVP of flavor, the Humble Goat. Our cranberry cinnamon goat cheese earned second place in the World Champion Cheese Contest, and our plain goat cheese just scored second at the American Cheese Society Awards. Smooth, creamy, healthy, and perfect for game day and every day. Find the Humble Goat cheese at your local store, and don't forget, Humble Goat protein powder is fueling fans everywhere. Available now on Amazon. World class and Minnesota proud.
Minnesota deserves a go-to destination for all things high school sports in our state. All the scores, the stories, the stats, live streams, social feeds, photos, personalized team pages, breaking news. One place for everything you're looking for. That's why the Minnesota Star Tribune is launching Strip Varsity. You'll find Minnesota Star Tribune journalism, Minnesota Prep Hub stats and schedules, streams, stories, and more. Strip Varsity is Minnesota's new home for complete high school sports coverage. Sign up today at startribune.com/stripvarsity.
Vikings faithful, listen up. Your game day checklist is more than wearing purple and gold. It's about victory from the first play to the final whistle. During tense, close calls, Dove shampoo, body wash, and deodorant keep you fresh and dry from head to toe. And what's a true Vikings tailgate without the secret weapon to sliders and sides, Hellman's Real Mayo. Then when post-game dishes pile up like a defensive line, 7th generation detergent is the powerhouse that blitzes through the grease and grime. Stock up on Dove, Hellman's, and 7th generation. And Skol Vikings.
Back to Vikings football on Minnesota's station for sports, FM 100.3 KFAN, The Fan.
17-14 Minnesota into the second half. The Vikings receive the opening kickoff for the second half. Ben Lieber, Pete Persich, Paul Allen, Quick Trip, thank you, who recorded the longest reception for Minnesota in the Vikings' 28-19 comeback win at Detroit in 2015. Was it Adam Thielen, Jerick McKinnon, Zach Line, or Stephon Diggs? Zach Line, 49 yards. Well done. Thank you, Quick Trip. And Vikings fans pick up a commemorative Pepsi Vikings Cup at U.S. Bank Stadium for participating Hy-Vee. And Fast and Fresh, too. It's your chance to win Victor's Ride or other great prizes. Vikings fans deserve Pepsi, so Skol. What do you think, Peter?
Well, I think it's an opportunity right here for our offense to get yourself a two-score lead, which would be absolutely fantastic in this situation. Now, we started out on fire. We've since obviously gotten off the script, and things have slowed down a little bit. So I'm very anxious to see how J.J. McCarthy handles the first series coming out of halftime, whether or not they're going to go back to some of those plays that they're familiar with, the adjustments that were made, and we'll see if we can keep getting Aaron Jones free.
Boom! Second half kick is in the air, and Miles Price takes it on the run from the 8 to the 10 to the 15, and he's stopped at the 29-yard line. A 21-yard return, and that's where J.J. McCarthy and the Minnesota Vikings will set up shop with a 17-14 lead. Vikings have 12 first downs compared to 7 for the favored home team. Minnesota 2 of 8 on third down. The Lions make that 2 of 5 on third down. The Lions 2 of 8 on third down. And the Lions have only run for 25 yards. Meanwhile, Aaron Jones, 7 runs, 69 yards. McCarthy, 85 passing yards, 2 touchdowns and a pick. It's first down for J.J. McCarthy and the Minnesota Vikings from their own 29. He goes under center. Handoff Aaron Jones, room up the middle across the line of scrimmage, and then he's corralled by a couple of Lions led by Jack Campbell, Alex Anzalone. Still a 6-yard run, 2nd and 4.
And that's a huge 6-yard run because the Lions were in an 8-man box on that play. They had a single high safety. You're not supposed to be able to run the football against that kind of look, but with some motion and things in the backfield, it just got the defenders to take their eyeballs off Aaron Jones enough. And Aaron Jones, man, he has been such a shot in the arm today. 6 yards on a carry? Are you kidding me?
2nd and 4 from the Vikings, 35 just underway in the second half. Jalen Naylor in motion to the right. Another handoff to Jones. Bumps it outside the number. Stiff arm at the 35. Lunges ahead to the 38-yard line for a gain of 3. So now it's 3rd and 1 from the Vikings 38. Minnesota 2 of 5 on third down.
Yeah, in this area of the field, Jordan Mason comes on the field. This is kind of why you brought him in. You bring in the extra tight end, Nick Van Nett. Looks like we're going to be able to run the football here. If you're going to throw it, you got to give McCarthy kind of a run-pass option. But short yardage, this is a huge play right here.
T.J. Hawkins into the left to Christian Darrisaw. Handoff goes to Jordan Mason, who jump cuts left and dives up the middle, close to the first down. Flag did come in. You think they're offside?
It's defensive. Yeah, it's encroachment. I mean, it looked to me like Aleem McNeil had himself all the way into the backfield. Or it was either him or Tyler Lacey.
Offside on the defense by the nose tackle. 5-yard penalty. Results in a first down.
Yeah, first time we've said Aleem McNeil's name all day.
There you go. And getting him back was something big for the front, defensive front, that is, for the Detroit Lions. So I don't know, Paul. The 3rd and 1s, they make you a little bit nervous. But on a day like today where we are actually running the football very effectively, the Lions have been shooting themselves in the foot with these penalties and giving us a fresh set of downs.
Fifth penalty against the Lions, 3 for the Vikings. McCarthy, first down, back to pass. He's going to throw deep right side and completed the 27, no flags. It was on the Vikings bench side of the equation. Jordan Addison ended up being covered by Brian Branch, who is the safety who can cover like a corner, 2nd and 10.
I love it, though. You're getting one-on-ones across the board. You had linebackers going my way, your way, the free linebacker blitz. If they're going to do that, play all of our guys man-to-man, single high safety, blitz a quarterback, try to burn them deep. I love the aggressiveness out of McCarthy.
2nd and 10 from the Vikings 43. First possession of the second half. Minnesota leads 17-14. Welcome. McCarthy out of the shotgun. Takes a gun run. He'll run up the middle 45 over the Lions logo to the 50, and he tumbles to the 50 for a run of 7, making it 3rd and 3 from set 50 as they scrimmage from what would be the ribs of the Lion and the Lions logo.
I mean, so far we're averaging at least 7 to 8 yards per carry, and that is a huge surprise. That's a huge change from last Thursday. So if there's one thing about this offense that has revived itself, it's the running game, and it's showing up, and now we're 3rd and manageable.
Mason in. Vikings 2 of 5 on 3rd down. Naylor in motion to the left. McCarthy's out of the shotgun. 4-man rush. Anzalone got through. McCarthy floats out to the right. Throws over to the right side. Incomplete. Jalen Naylor, he threw it behind him. Naylor tried to make a one-handed, right-handed grab, covered by that outstanding safety, Brian Branch. And Ryan Wright is in the punt for a 2nd time.
One thing I do like is the way that McCarthy's scrambling, Paul. He's getting to the top of his drop. If he sees some space, he's stepping up. But again, he's keeping his eyes down the field. And that ball was thrown, again, a little bit behind Naylor. So that's 2 throws to Naylor that have been just a little bit behind. Got to get better on those because that should have been a 1st down.
Snap to right. The right-footed right punt inside the 10. Raymond calls for a fair catch at the 8. Holy cow. That's 11 inside the 20 this year for Ryan Wright, and we pause. Lions ball when we return. On the Sleep Number scoreboard, Minnesota 17, Detroit 14 early in the 3rd quarter from the D. This is Minnesota Vikings football.
With its smart, sustainable water solutions, Pentair helps the world move, improve, and enjoy water, life's most essential resource. From great tasting water for homes and businesses, to energy-efficient pumping solutions and everywhere in between, Pentair is focused on driving innovation that helps people and the planet thrive. Visit Pentair.com to learn how. Pentair, the official sustainable water partner of the Minnesota Vikings.
Ever feel like the road is out to... Thankfully, Hyundai is always working to ensure it doesn't, with over 130 IIHS Top Safety Awards since 2006. IIHS Top Safety Awards include Top Safety Pick and Top Safety Pick Plus awards to Hyundai vehicles from 2006 to 2025.
Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on the Tucson or Tucson Hybrid. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offers end November 3rd. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
All right, team, huddle up. It's game time at Mystic Lake. Score season-long prizes with drawings, giveaways, and more action at the official casino of the Minnesota Vikings. Catch a $15 round-trip ride to U.S. Bank Stadium for a Minnesota Vikings home game with Mystic Lake Game Day Park and Ride. And raise a glass to victory with game day food and drink specials at Hop House, the Twin Cities' newest sports bar and live music destination. Check out the latest casino promotions at mysticlake.com. You don't want to miss out.
Hey Vikings fans, I'm Taylor of the Minnesota Vikings cheerleaders, and here's our best kept secret, Pure Luxe Med Spa. Laser hair removal at Pure Luxe is a game changer. Voted best med spa and laser hair removal by the Star Tribune, they keep us game day ready with Botox, filler, and our favorite, the Diamond Glow Facial. Visit mypurelux.com/skull to book your appointment today. Pure Luxe Med Spa, the preferred med spa of the Minnesota Vikings cheerleaders.
Hey, it's Chris Hockey, the Power Trip. Ben Lieber and I are in Detroit right now. We'll be back on the Power Trip Morning Show tomorrow morning, 5:30 to 9, to break down this game and so much more right here on The Fan.
12 and a half minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Minnesota 17, Detroit 14. J.J. McCarthy, a couple of touchdown passes in the first half. One to Justin Jefferson, the other to T.J. Hawkinson. He also threw an interception. The Detroit Lions scored both of their touchdowns on fourth down. And Jared Goff goes under center. And the Lions are going to attempt to establish a running game as they hand it to Jahmyr Gibbs, left side, and Javon Hargrave wraps him up at the 10 after a gain of 2. That'll make it 2nd and 8. The reason I kind of flippantly said that is the Lions have now 27 rushing yards, and they're one of the great running teams in the NFL.
They are. We've done a nice job up front, and us being able to say Javon Hargrave's name a few times today is a good sign for this defense. Between he and Van Ginkel, that's helped out a ton.
2nd and 8 from the Lions 10. Goff goes back to pass, short drop, fastball over the middle, diving catch at the 25, or is it incomplete? Incomplete. Another pass that was slightly off the mark from the normally high percentage Jared Goff. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the intended receiver there. And why we say that is into the game, Goff, 74.5% completion, second in the NFL behind Drake May. He's at 60% today.
And he peeled himself up off the turf as Jonathan Allen hit him as he threw that football. So these hits are starting to have a cumulative effect.
3rd and 8, Lions are 3 of 8 on 3rd down. 3rd and 8 from their own 10. Be a good time for an interception. Jahmyr Gibbs sprints out to the right, back to the left. Goff shotgun, throws it to Gibbs. Vikings had it snipped out. Van Ginkel missed a tackle. Flag comes in late, but several other Vikings get him at the 16. Screen gain of 6 for Jahmyr Gibbs. And
it's holding on the Lions. So
is it?
Question is, do you take them back or do you make it 4th down?
Holding, offense number 61. Penalties decline. Result of the play is a 4th down.
Ooh. All right. So
no, they're going to punt the football. So
they don't have a 61.
Yeah, that's a huge play. What a great job by Van Ginkel to get out there and to read that. They've been motioning the running backs, mainly Jahmyr Gibbs, in and out of the backfield, and Van Ginkel saw that, sniffed it out, and made Jahmyr Gibbs just slow him down to the cavalry there. And so again, Van Ginkel, not necessarily in the stat column per se, but he's making plays.
Harrison Smith is playing so well right now.
Yeah, he's been out there a lot more today, and Ben talked about it earlier from the sideline, saying the disguises and everything else that the defense has been throwing at the Lions. Well, Harrison Smith's a huge part of that, right? The veteran knows it. I don't know what
Dan Campbell's tripping, man, and he's slow in the game, and he has the side. No, he and Clay Martin are looking at a replay together.
I have no idea.
What are we doing here?
I don't know. I have no idea what's going on with this, but this is like getting themselves a free timeout.
Correction on the last play. There was no foul for offensive holding. The result is right here.
What?
4th down.
Okay. Well, Jack Fox is still in the game. Well, Campbell,
I don't know what difference that makes.
Campbell lobbied and he won, but it's still 4th and 2 from their own 16.
And we got our defense out there, so we're not letting them do the fake.
Well, Jack Fox throws, so I don't care if it's at the 16 or the 50. This guy throws and throws well. Not this time. High, spiraling, pump by Fox. Fair catch. Miles Price moonwalks to the 28, brings it in. 54-yard boomer by Jack Fox. We pause. 11 and a half minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Minnesota leads 17-14 from Ford Field on the KFAN Minnesota Vikings audio network, driven by Polaris.
No matter who you are or what you do, there's a Ford vehicle that can help you own the day. Make life on the go feel like a breeze in the new Ford Explorer. Make tough tasks look easy with the powerful performance of a new built Ford Tough F-Series truck, the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years. Or take your adventures in the great outdoors to a whole new level with our built wild family of Ford Broncos. Whether it's for work or play, there's a Ford with a great deal waiting for you at your local Northland Ford dealers. Don't wait, get behind the wheel of a new Ford today, based on calendar year total sales.
NFL fans, when it's time to get Vikings tickets, you can tackle game day with total certainty with Ticketmaster. With 100% verified tickets available all season long, you can count on getting in with ease and spend time focusing on the good stuff. Even if you're headed to the game last minute, you can still score seats. Want to meet up inside the stadium with your crew? Transferring your tickets is an easy handoff. So, get those touchdown celebrations ready and score your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Vikings.
Big decisions and deep dives all this week on Fox 9.
First, you decide your city, your school, your future. Cast your ballot on Tuesday, Election Day. Then watch the results roll in all day and all night on Fox 9 and streaming live on Fox Local. Then Wednesday, Gales of November, Diving the Edmund Fitzgerald, a Fox 9 original documentary featuring rare footage and first-hand accounts from the divers who explored the wreck. That's Wednesday night at 9:30 on Fox 9 and streaming anytime on Fox Local.
Minnesota Wild Nashville Predators, Tuesday night at 7 on the audio home for Wild Hockey. FM 100.3 KFAN, The Fan.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Vikings football.
This is Vikings Lions on the audio home for Vikings football. FM 100.3 KFXN, Minneapolis, St. Paul, The Fan.
Scoreboard Central.
Brought to you by the Minnesota Lottery, where you can play the new Viking scratch game from the Minnesota Lottery for a chance to win up to $100,000 instantly. Flacco hits T. Higgins for a touchdown. 2017, the Bengals have the lead over the Bears, and the Panthers holding on to a 1-point lead over the Packers. It's 7-6 in Lambeau. Now back to PA.
Thanks, Muss. Down to Ben.
Yeah, guys, some concerning news for our Vikings team. Aaron Jones is now questionable with a shoulder injury that he suffered in the last series. And obviously, we've been talking about how great of a game he's having right now. 98 all-purpose yards for him. He's really been a spark plug on offense. We got to find another guy, and hopefully it's Jordan Mason.
And Mason is the single set behind McCarthy. 1st and 10 from their own 30. 17-14 Minnesota. There's been no scoring in the second half. JJ play action, throws over the middle, caught Justin Jefferson at the 44. Nobody touched him. He gets up, and he will roll to the 50-yard line. Hits a 21-yard catch, run, and roll by Justin Jefferson. First down.
The Lions keep showing, Paul, this 8-man box, and that just means that you have one-on-ones on the outside and a single high safety. So the Vikings do a great job, play fake, get the linebackers to step up, and you're giving Jefferson all this room across the middle of the field. They finally took advantage of that, but he had Amik Robertson all turned around.
McCarthy under center. The center is Blake Brandel. The tailback, Jordan Mason. He gets the call, slowly rolls it up the middle, and he runs right into Tyler Lacey. But he gets out of that, and he'll spurt to the 44-yard line. Gain of 5. Well done, Jordan Mason. That could have been a gain of 1 or 2, but those strong legs kept churning. So now it's 2nd and 5.
Those are what you call tough love yards right there. He was hit at probably 1 yard behind the line of scrimmage and just kept those legs going. So Mason, he knows. He said, Aaron Jones is out. This is my game the rest of the way. He's going to run as hard as he can.
Jefferson, 5 catches, 43 yards, and a touchdown wide left. We had a botched snap. We had a mess up with the exchange between Brandel and McCarthy. And JJ fell on it. And sadly, well, the good news is he fell on it. The bad news is he lost 2 yards. So now it's 3rd and 7 from the Lions' 46.
A couple rookie-type mistakes, right, Paul? You had the one running play that went the wrong way where you had to take a knee. Right. And then you have the botched snap. So these things are starting to creep their way in as we get further and further off the script. But overall, McCarthy, I think, has played very, very well today. And again, it's not about how he starts, but how he finishes.
Minnesota 2 of 6 on 3rd down. 3rd and 7 from the Lions 46. 17-14 Minnesota. 9.5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Lions blitz. McCarthy, straight drop. Bullet right and caught Jefferson. Say he caught it. Yes, at the 35-yard line on Amik Robertson. Gain of 11 and a first down. It's a fresh 4 for the Vikings.
What a fantastic throw by J.J. McCarthy, Paul. That was an absolute rocket to a spot. Oh, my heaven.
McCarthy, shotgun, first down. They're in a hurry, but Campbell dropped the flag. It was tight on that catch with Jefferson to the right side. I didn't see a replay, but it took them a second to make the decision. And now Clay Martin's coming over to talk to Dan Campbell, who's going to undoubtedly challenge the 3rd down, 11-yard reception.
And the other thing, too, is J.J. jogged himself off the field, so I don't know where he is right now.
The Lions are challenging the ruling on the field on the previous play of a catch. That play is now under review.
That's a sneaky big play in this game. Let's pause. Sleep number scoreboard, 17-14 Vikings, 9:05 to go in the 3rd quarter. It's Minnesota Vikings football.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious with multiple engine options and impressive towing. While Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability, making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. Visit ChevyDealOnline.com.
For all the things you have to do and places you need to be, let Uber take you there. Because you had just one more 3 rounds ago. Because the 5 a.m. flight seemed like a good idea at the time. Because check engine lights always appear at the worst possible times. And because parking downtown is a nightmare. Because there are nights out, airport trips, and car troubles in your area, there are drivers in your area. Uber. Request a ride today. Wait time varies. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
Vikes fans, you know the drill. Game day isn't game day without the right lineup off the field. That's why I roll with Top 10 Liquors, the preferred liquor store of the Minnesota Vikings. Whether it's beer for the tailgate, bourbon for a celebratory pour, or even the latest seltzers, Top 10's got your game day covered. With 15 convenient metro locations, there's always a Top 10 nearby. Stock up today and make sure your next watch party feels like a win. Top 10 Liquors, more than a liquor store.
Hey Vikings fans, I'm Taylor of the Minnesota Vikings cheerleaders, and here's our best kept secret, Pure Luxe Med Spa. Laser hair removal at Pure Luxe is a game changer. Voted best med spa and laser hair removal by the Star Tribune, they keep us game day ready with Botox, filler, and our favorite, the Diamond Glow Facial. Visit mypurelux.com/skull to book your appointment today. Pure Luxe Med Spa, the preferred med spa of the Minnesota Vikings cheerleaders.
Hey, it's gonna be no Common doing liners today. If he would have been here, he would have said it's the year of the cat. He would have said, here, kitty, 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 here, kitty, kitty. Here and break down this Vikings-Lions game tomorrow at noon right here on The Fan.
The Jefferson third down catch was overturned. Dan Campbell wins the challenge, keeps the timeout, 17-14 Vikings, 9:26 to go in the third quarter. So from an 11-yard catch, which would have gotten you down to like the 35 or so of the Lions, now the Vikings are tentatively scheduled to punt.
The fumbled snap kind of got you to where you were. Yep. So some of these small mistakes creeping in, Paul, and you know, we don't always get the best view of all these replays up here, but I don't even know what a catch is anymore.
Khalif Raymond has 3 career punt return touchdowns, including one this year for 65 against the Cleveland Browns. End over end punt. Raymond is going to opt to catch it at the 8-yard line, and Tavier Thomas, the Vikings leader in special teams tackles, played that spectacularly. Did not run into Raymond before he caught it, didn't take the okey doke on the fair catch, and got him down at the 8-yard line. Khalif Raymond just went pear-shaped.
That was surprising. With the timing of the whole thing, it looked like he did or was going to fair catch it at some point, but decided not to, and you still can't interfere with the returner until he catches the football.
It was the okey doke.
So the thing, and Paul, the defense today, they played just outstanding. We've seen Jared Goff, who's normally a 75%, 76% completion guy, at 60% today.
Mm-hmm.
So will they get back to the running game? That's kind of the question.
Well, there he is, Dan Skipper, extra offensive lineman in the game, to the left of left tackle Taylor Decker. 1st and 10 Lions from their own 8-yard line. Dallas Turner runs opposite Dan Skipper and comes rushing in. Skipper held him. Pass right, incomplete. Are you kidding me? Dan Skipper grabbed Dallas Turner around the neck on the rush, and nobody saw that. I had my binoculars right on it. I'm telling you, it was a penalty, 2nd down.
Hey, for Dallas Turner, he jumped over to that side of the field late. Now, whether it was a mistake or if that was planned, it was a brilliant move because Skipper, like you said, Paul, had to grab him around the neck, but another throw, just a throwaway by Goff right there. So defensively, we're confusing these guys. We got to keep the pressure on them, though.
2nd and 10 Lions, actually from their own 9. Jamison Williams in motion to the left. He doesn't have a catch. Goff back to pass. Swing right to Montgomery. Eric Wilson smacked him at the 7. Then Byron Murphy McCarthy and several other Vikings finished him off. Back at the 6-yard line, it's a loss of 3, 3rd and 12. Ooh, I just heard some boos.
Yeah, I did too. I mean, this fan base has gone from non-existent to spoiled.
Can't you guys remember when you were 0-16 in 2008?
Yes.
Yeah, this is a lot better, man. Wake up.
Yeah, 100%. Now the Vikings, this is a down that we have to win. 3rd and 13, you got to find a way to get yourself off the field. This is too far backed up for the Lions to go for it on 4th down. So this is a huge down.
Lions
right
2 of 9 on 3rd down. 3rd and 13 from their own 6. Goff, he's going to toss it left. Montgomery bobbles it, turns it up outside the numbers to the 5. He dropped it, and Harry the Hitman, he picks it up at the 35, angles to the right, and he's tackled by David Montgomery. The Vikings get the first take of this division collision, and they get the ball in Lions territory. Harrison Smith with the fumble recovery, and for the Hitman, the 10th of his career. 8:19 to go in the 3rd quarter. Minnesota leads 17-14.
Paul, that would have been a first down, too, had they not gotten in there and knocked the football loose out of David Montgomery. I'm trying to see a replay to figure out who it was that got in there. But that is, again, a huge, huge play.
It was Cashman.
Beautiful job by Cashman.
Seahawks says Cashman.
Yeah, and that would have been a first down for the Lions. Running it on 3rd and 13 would have, from a huge disappointment to getting the football back. I mean, what a swing right there. Great. The defense today has just been outstanding.
Jordan Mason, the tailback, still no Aaron Jones with that shoulder has been reported. Handoff, Mason heads to the right. Nice bounce back to the left. Gets to the 30 between the hash marks. Grinds his way to the 28, and that's where he stopped. It's a run of 7. A run of 7 by Jordan Mason. It's 2nd and 3.
This offensive line, Paul, from a running game standpoint, has really, really settled down. And we haven't had Darisaw and O'Neal in there for a long time, but Donovan Jackson, he can forget he's a rookie sometimes, and he's going to be up and down. But Blake Brandel settling in at center. He's a good run-blocking center.
Yeah.
He struggles sometimes on pass protection, but when you're running the ball at the clip that the Vikings are today, that group up front looks very good.
Jefferson in the backfield to the left of McCarthy out of the shotgun on 2nd and 3. Lions blitz. Barnes is picked up. Throw left. Caught. 10-yard line. First down Vikings. It's Jordan Addison ripping up Terrion Arnold. It's a gain of 18. First down, I think at the 11 or the 10. They still may be able to get a first down.
That's a route that you normally get out of a running back. But when Justin Jefferson is in the backfield and he's running to the flat, he's going to attract a lot of attention. The corner steps up. You just perfect high-low passing game. And McCarthy with a great read getting the 7 route by Jordan Addison.
Chain gang late on the scene. The Vikings can get a first down inside the 1. McCarthy under center. Handoff Mason. Up the middle. Shakes a tackle at the 10. Then he is stopped at the 9, maybe the 8-yard line by Thomas Harper. Safety replacing Kirby Joseph and Alex Anzalone. That'll be a gain of 3. 2nd and 7 from the Lions 8. And they're chewing the clock. The Vikings offense chewing the clock. 6.5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. A scoreless 3rd quarter. It's 17-14 Minnesota. And a touchdown here kind of makes the Lions a little past predictable. Their running game has been virtually non-existent today. 2nd and 7 from the 8. McCarthy under center. Hawkinson in motion to the right of JJ. 3 receivers to the right. Play action. McCarthy on a straight drop. Now he's going to float out to the right. Throw to the right. Incomplete. Aiden Hutchinson nearly had him for a sack. So 3rd and 7 from the Lions 8.
Smart play by JJ McCarthy, Paul. He set that thing up. Looked for the break and it wasn't there. Tried to extend the play. He got up. Justin Jefferson's down. So it looks like he's got a cramp. Hopefully that's what it is. He's pulling on the toes. That normally to me it says, cramp in the calf. He did bring himself out after the play, the catch that was overturned.
Well, he has to get up. I'm going to pause.
Well, hopefully it's just a cramp.
Well, he needs to get up. Producer Chris Hockey's crying. All right, let's pause. 6:13 to go in the 3rd quarter. 17-14 Vikings, and Jefferson is down what we believe is with a cramp on the KFAN Minnesota Vikings Audio Network, driven by Polaris.
When football season kicks off, everything else takes a backseat to sports convenience. That's sports convenience. Running errands? Not sports convenient. Cooking dinner? Not sports convenient. But shopping online is now extra sports convenient thanks to Paze, a fast online checkout offered by banks and credit unions. With Paze, there's no typing in card numbers at checkout, and cards stay in one place, so you don't have to leave the couch. In the name of sports convenience, try Paze today. Learn more at PAZE.com.
She's Jen, the ultimate Vikings fan. Okay, everybody, welcome to the Vikings Jan Show Fan Show. My special guest today is Jared Allen. So, Jared, who you got for the Vikings game this week?
Minnesota Vikings.
Me too. So, that's our show. We'd like to thank our sponsor, the Minnesota Lottery, who reminds you this could be your year. Play the new
Vikings
Scratch Game for a shot at $100,000, game tickets, and more. Minnesota Lottery. I'm in. Must be 18 or older to play.
When it comes to managing your blood pressure, you play to win. You've made changes to your diet. You stay active. You've followed your doctor's game plan to the letter. But when it comes to your health, you can't always tackle it alone. Go beyond typical treatments with a Simplicity blood pressure procedure. Brought to you by Medtronic, official sponsor of the Vikings. Talk to your doctor. Results may vary. Adverse events include but are not limited to temporary pain and bruising. Read important risk factor information at beyondhbp.com.
Hey, friends with food allergies. Life is about to get way easier. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Look, let's not argue. You've got enough stress. Just remember this name. Liam's. Liam's. Lee to the ums. As in Liam's frozen entrees that are free of the top 9 allergens. What? Gluten-free too. Delicious, nutritious, ready in minutes, safe meals for you, your kids, and even those adorable people who can eat whatever they want. Liam's rocks. To find which grocer's freezers are cool enough to stock Liam's, head to saferplate.com.
It up outside the numbers to the 5. He dropped it, and Harry the Hitman, he picks it up at the 35.
Now, back to Vikings football on The Fan.
All right, Justin Jefferson has left the game with what we're thinking / hoping is a cramping situation. Welcome back to Ford Field. Second division game of the season for the Vikings. 1-0 in the NFC North after beating Chicago Week 1. And they lead 17-14 over one of the very best teams in the NFL, the 5-2 Lions. 6:13 to go in the third quarter. 3rd and 7 from the Lions' 8. J.J. McCarthy and the offense break the huddle. Adam Thielen wide left. Jalen Naylor in motion to the right to join T.J. Hawkinson and Jordan Addison. Jordan Mason, the tailback, to the left of the former Michigan Wolverine, J.J. McCarthy, who takes the snap. Short drop, runs out to the right. What's he going to do? He's going to run. 10, 5, end zone, touchdown! He's J.J. McCarthy with another rushing touchdown this season, and the Vikings have a 23-14 lead.
Wow, what a huge play. What a great job on the outside by Brian O'Neill handling Aiden Hutchinson. And by that, I mean he forced Hutchinson to choose whether he wanted to go outside or underneath. And as he did, he collapsed him down enough that JJ was able to escape the pocket, so the Lions lose contain when Aiden Hutchinson's just trying to guess. He's trying to make something happen. He had nobody covering for him, and JJ scrambling, keeping his eyes down the field at first, but then pulled that thing down and decided to run.
And the silence you hear is Ford Field. Reichert. 24-14 Minnesota. 6:04 to go in the third quarter.
And with the swagger that our defense and the confidence that our defense is playing with, Paul, if the Lions want to continue to just drop back and throw with this mix of Van Ginkel and Dallas Turner and all these and the other linebackers that we're able to throw out there, we've been holding up pretty well. In fact, with 6:04 left to go in the third quarter and a 10-point lead, I mean, they still have time to run the football, but they've really kind of since abandoned the running game, which is surprising to me, because that is what they've gone to. The play-action passing by Goff has been kind of his bread and butter. And today, with the dropbacks and the shotgun, we've been able to get guys in his face. We've been able to get him on the ground, and we've seen inaccuracy out of him that we haven't seen. He's 13 of 22, which is way off the mark for Jared Goff.
Big time.
Playing against the Vikings. Only his rating is just a tick under 89. So we've found a way to make him inefficient. We found a way to interrupt some timing. The other part of this equation, though, is the tackling. How much throw, catch, tackle have we seen? Whether it's, again, Van Ginkel or Byron Murphy Jr., these guys have been able to rally and tackle very well against this skilled Lions wide receiving core and running back core.
Boom! Reichard's kick to Sailors a yard deep in the end zone. He comes out. He's to the 5, 10, 15, 20. Ooh, he slips a tackle at the 30. In front of his bench, gets to the 35, and then Dallas Turner brings him down. 40-yard return by Jacob Sailors, and that is the newest long of his career. You mentioned Jared Goff. Goff is completing 59% of his passes today.
Yeah, and in the last 5 against the Minnesota Vikings, his completion percentage was 76.3, so it's making a difference.
1st and 10 for the Lions from their own 39. Minnesota with a 24-14 lead. 5:58 to go in the third quarter. Jahmyr Gibbs in motion to the left as a receiver. Goff nearly sacked, floats out to the right. Now he's sacked, taken down. Javon Hargrave with his first sack since week 1. And
Taylor Decker is down. The starting left tackle.
Yep.
And Penei Sewell was out there to call somebody out, so that's a knee or something serious. So
Taylor Decker.
Wow, what a fantastic job by this defensive front, Paul.
Ben Lieber.
Yeah, guys, watching this whole thing break down. Decker came into this game a little banged up as well. Hopefully it's nothing serious, but Jonathan Grenard, my goodness. His ability to get vertical and get skinny and flip his hips has been tremendous. And let's talk about Javon Hargrave. I know that he's faced a lot of criticism this year. He made a lot of plays in that first game, not so much in the games after that. But coming into this game, his ability to get vertical in the run game, he's playing half a man on the offensive line, and he's really making his presence felt. He's going to get credit for that sack because his relentless style is starting to come out in this game. The whole defensive front's playing out of their mind right now. Hopefully, guys, we can keep the pressure on these Lions.
Dan Skipper coming out to replace the injured Taylor Decker, and just how he's walking up the field, he's getting better with the more steps that he takes. But when he went down, you could see him. He was kind of waving somebody over, so it was something serious. Something spooked him. But you talk about Jonathan Grenard, Ben Lieber.
Well, Decker's going to the locker room.
I'm saying Skipper's got to deal with him, right? So you got a guy fresh off the bench now that has to deal with Jonathan Grenard. You better handcuff a tight end to him.
Lions were at the line, but Clay Martin stopped the action. Some hot football action here at Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Hot, why? Because the Vikings are leading the 5-2 Lions by 10 with 5:41 to go in the third quarter. Dan Skipper indeed in at left tackle, right next to Christian Mahogany. Brock Wright in motion to the left. Gibbs to the right of Jared Goff on second down. Goff back to pass. Fastball over the middle clock. Amon-Ra St. Brown on Byron Murphy at the 45. Stopped at the 46. First down hit of 15. Amon-Ra St. Brown.
No, they're marking it down. They're marking him down at the 45.
Yeah, my fault.
So not quite there.
Yeah, they needed 18.
3rd and 5 right here.
Yeah, they needed 18. 3rd and 3 from the Lions 46. Goff, quick snap, throw left, caught. And that'll be a first down for sure. Far side of the field into Vikings territory. It's Brock Wright to the 41-yard line. Quick hitting gain of 11. And this Silver Rush offense is in a hurry and making plays.
Well, yeah, Paul, they're in a hurry, so we can't substitute on defense. I think that's something that they figured out. It's hard to call a blitz when you're hurrying up the offense. So they got this cut down and got the 3rd and 5 after the sack, and then just hit an easy flat route. So the defense for the Vikings needs to rally right now.
Laporta with a touchdown in motion, right to left. Jared Goff is under center on 1st and 10 from the Vikings 44. Jamison Williams in motion to the left, play action. Goff throws over the middle, caught. Jamison Williams at the 30 between the hash marks, stopped by Harrison Smith, and that'll be a gain of 15 yards. And that's the first catch this game, second catch this game, that is for Jamison Williams.
Yeah, Harrison Smith, Paul, he saw that ball being thrown and really, I think, just took a little bit too wide of an angle. And almost would have been in line to intercept that thing. So he does such a good job of robbing the middle of the field, just a little bit slow in getting there, where it's a pretty good challenge for that kind of a throw.
Gibbs the tailback. Williams sole alone to the right. 3 receivers left on first down. That's a false start on Brock Wright.
They got him.
There it is.
False start. Offense number 89. 5-yard penalty. First down.
1st and 15, analyst.
Yeah, Ben Ginkel getting out there, making guys move. Bernard making guys move. I mean, this is what we're talking about when you see that Jared Goff he's getting back on a roll, but he's been off a little bit. This whole offense, the whole operation, after coming out of a bye, by the way, just the defense has done enough to make this not automatic, to cause problems, and it's fantastic. Outside that opening drive, Paul, this defense has played spectacular.
1st and 15 from the Vikings 35. 3:25 and counting to go in the third quarter. Laporta in motion, toss left, Jahmyr Gibbs. The sledding and the openings have been non-existent for Jahmyr, including this one. Heads to the left side, met at the point of attack, falls ahead for 2. So that'll make it 2nd and 13 from the Vikings 33. And when the Lions snap the ball here without left tackle Taylor Decker, by the way, he's in the locker room, Dan Skipper is the left tackle, which eliminates their jumbo package, including Skipper. There will be fewer than 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Goff under center. Jameson Williams and Amon-Ra St. Brown to the right. They scrimmage from the left hash. And the 33
they got two guys moving.
Goff goes back to pass. Flags come out finally. And now we have a screen attempt to the right side that was incomplete.
They had 2 guys in motion at the snap, Paul.
At the snap?
Yeah, at the snap. They both ran the flag or the out. So a huge mix-up on there. And I don't know what the referees are talking about. Oh, they got 2. They have a holding penalty as well.
Ooh.
So 2 penalties on that play.
We'll take the fouls on the play, both by the offense. Illegal shift. As 2 players were moving and did not reset.
Analysts saw that.
That penalty's declined. Holding on the offense. 10-yard penalty. Second down.
Oh, you're not going to tell us who did it?
2nd and 23 from the Vikings 43 with 2:40 to go in the third quarter. 24-14 Minnesota.
Yeah, and this is I got that feeling where you're going to have to rally to a draw play right here.
Right.
That this is the perfect opportunity or situation where they're just going to hand this thing off to Gibbs and try to get him in space. So
they have that sneaky receiver in Isaac Tesla. Hasn't played much today, but my man has 3 catches this year. 2 went for touchdowns.
Yeah, so he's a favorite target of Goff.
Yeah, he's a rookie from Arkansas and a Michigan native. He's wide right, now joined by Amon-Ra St. Brown. On 2nd and 23 from the Vikings 43. Goff, short drop, fastball left, caught. Sam Laporta at the 36, gets to the 34 for a gain of 9. 3rd and 14 from the Vikings 34. And with respect, they're picking on Byron Murphy.
Yeah, they are, and they're just getting them on those slant routes, and we're trading some pressure for that. Now the question is going to be, being down by 2 scores, will the Lions, and is this 4-down territory for them, or are they going to try to kick the field goal?
Theo Jackson out of the game. Fabian Moreau in as the third corner. Goff back to pass, throws left, it's caught. Jameson Williams spins on Isaiah Rodgers at the 25. Near the sideline 20, out of bounds at the 16. Oh, what a wonderful twirl by Jameson Williams. 18 yards, first down.
And again, it's not the throw. The throw did not get the line to gain. It was just a great move by Jameson Williams on Isaiah Rodgers, Paul. That's what got him the first down. So that still holds true here. You have to be able to tackle, but if we can force them here to hold them to a field goal, I think it's a big win for the defense.
First down from the Vikings 16. Goff throws over the middle, caught, incomplete. Williams started to turn it up inside the 10, thinking he was going to get to the end zone before he caught it, but he dropped it 2nd and 10.
That's what I mean. It's just uncharacteristic of this offense, Paul. They have the ability to be so accurate with Goff, so efficient, throw and catch, run after the catch, all those things. But these little mistakes they're not used to making. So here we go. Get ready for the run here.
And they're utilizing more time with possessions than they usually do.
Absolutely.
Goff under center, 2nd and 10 from the Vikings 16. Handoff Gibbs. He jump cuts on a Viking, heads to the left side to the 15. Isaiah Rodgers was one of 2 Vikings, along with Theo Jackson, to knock him out of bounds after a run of just 4. A run of just 4 by Jahmyr Gibbs. And that'll make it 3rd and 6 from the Vikings 12. 1:13 and counting to go in the third quarter. Minnesota leads 24-14. McCarthy has been part of all 3 touchdowns. 2 passing, 1 to Justin, the other to Hawkinson, and he ran 1 in. Lions 4 of 12 on third down. 3rd and 6 from the Vikings 12. Snap. Goff. Hit sacked! Sacked! Down goes Jared Goff! Eric Wilson, welcome home, my man. The Redford, Michigan native has 2 sacks and just buried number 16.
What a great move, and it's making the running back block, making Jahmyr Gibbs block. He just takes an inside angle and is free, but good coverage down the field does not allow Goff to get rid of that football. Now we're forcing the decision, make the Lions kick the field goal here. So what a rally by the defense. We've been able to get pressure on Goff all day long.
Bates, 8 of 11, 41-yard try between the hash mark. Snap spot, end over end kick is good. Just inside the right upright. 11 seconds to go in the third quarter, and the Lions are able to score, making it a one-score game. 24-17 Minnesota, 11 seconds to go in the third quarter. Eric Wilson, a Redford, Michigan native, which is 20 minutes west of Detroit. His mom and 24 others are here, friends and family. Talked to his mom a little bit on the sideline before the game. And Eric has a 2-sack game today. Great job, Eric Wilson.
Yeah, and I'm looking at my numbers real quick, and I haven't updated all of them, but he came into this game with a sack and a half, Paul, so he's 3.5. He might have the lead on this defense.
Right.
So what's been fascinating today is how they've used Ivan Pace, how they've used Eric Wilson, how they've used Van Ginkel, they used Dallas Turner. They've been moving these outside linebackers and inside, kind of all over the place.
Yep.
And then at the same time, Javon Hargrave and Jonathan Allen, I think, are playing very, very well. So it's great. I don't know what Javon Hargrave had for breakfast, but just get it to him every single week, because we've seen more out of him today than we have all year, except for maybe the Chicago game.
Boom. There's the kick, and here comes Miles Price, center of the field. 5'10", 15, 20. Spins off the line at the 30. He hits to the right. He jukes on Jake Bates. Flag comes in. Price is able to get inside the 20-10. Touchdown. Kick return touchdown for Miles Price. Or is it? Matt Daniels, special teams coordinator, was 10 yards out on the field yelling at Clay Martin. Look at Clay Martin tell Matt Daniels, you better be quiet, my man, or you're going to get tossed out.
Wait a minute. He signaled it against the Lions. Oh, no. Maybe he's setting it the wrong way.
Oh, no.
Come on.
Oh, Miles Price. Hey.
And the bad part is it was totally away
During
from the play.
return, holding number 37 of the receiving team.
Gee, come on.
10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. It's first down and 10 for Minnesota. Timeout, as this is the end of the third quarter.
Javier Thomas. All right. Well, all right. Into the fourth quarter, Vikings have the ball and a 24-17 lead as 9-point underdogs against the reigning division champions. Should be a doozy. Thank you very much for listening to it on KFAM and all throughout the upper Midwest. Back shortly for fourth quarter action from Ford Field. It's Vikings football.
When a loved one's memory starts to fade, it's more than forgetting names or dates. It's watching pieces of their life quietly slip away. At the Wellshire Memory Care, it isn't just treatment, it's understanding. The team at Wellshire provides specialized support, dignity, and a safe environment where every moment matters. If your family is facing the challenges of Alzheimer's or dementia, the Wellshire is here to walk that journey with you, with compassion and with care. Visit the Wellshire today at WellshireMN.com, WellshireMN.com.
Huddle up, Vikings Nation. Don't let that Skol chant fade. Let it echo through the hallways, the bars, the stadium, and the city. Because when the Vikings score 2 or more touchdowns, you'll get a free Big Mac with a purchase of $2 or more. Only in the McDonald's app. Offer valid once per person the day after the Vikings score 2+ touchdowns through 2/28/26 at participating McDonald's. Excludes tax. Must opt into rewards.
Discover the ultimate destination to live, work, and play at Viking Lakes. From top-tier office spaces in the Minnesota Vikings World Headquarters to exciting live entertainment and luxury apartment living, Viking Lakes has it all. Discover Viking Lakes residences with spacious apartments, best-in-class finishes, and unparalleled amenities. Our community sets the standard for suburban luxury. Are you planning a company holiday party or a fall picnic? Our venue is perfect for any event. For additional information, please visit ExploreVikingLakes.com. Experience suburban luxury like never before.
Minnesota deserves a go-to destination for all things high school sports in our state. All the scores, the stories, the stats, live streams, social feeds, photos, personalized team pages, breaking news. One place for everything you're looking for. That's why the Minnesota Star Tribune is launching Strip Varsity. You'll find Minnesota Star Tribune journalism, Minnesota Prep Hub stats and schedules, streams, stories, and more. Strip Varsity is Minnesota's new home for complete high school sports coverage. Sign up today at startribune.com/stripvarsity.
Goff. Hit Zach! Zach! Down goes Jared Goff!
Now, back to Vikings football on The Fan.
Into the fourth quarter. Happy Sunday. Hey, get ready for kickoff with a pothole pizza only from Quick Trip. It's available also at US Bank Stadium. Now's the perfect time to score the Hyundai car or SUV you've always wanted. See your Twin Cities Hyundai dealer today. J.J. McCarthy under center into the fourth quarter. First down from his own 26. And he'll go pass to the right side. Jefferson's back in the game. Caught at the 27 outside the numbers. And he stopped after a gain of 4. And Amik Robertson is writhing in pain right in front of us. Now he's on one knee. And he gets up. He's going to have to leave the game.
Yeah, he's going to have to. I think he got hit by his own guy.
Wow.
But again, the Lions lining up an 8-man box, and the Vikings are using that to throw to the outside, get the run fake, get it out quick to Justin Jefferson, who, by the way, has his socks down right now. So that definitely means he had a cramp. He's trying to cool himself off.
So that Javier Thomas hold on the Miles Price nullified kick return touchdown, he grabbed the shoulder pad of a Lion right when Price was going by him. It's dicey, but I can see it, but whatever. Let's go. 24-17 Minnesota, 2nd and 6 from their own 30-yard line. Handoff Jordan Mason, heads to the left side, lowers the helmet at the point of attack, and he'll plunge ahead to the 33 for a gain of 3, making it 3rd and 3 from the 33. And speaking of 33, still no Aaron Jones. Ben reported with some shoulder situation, and so I'm going to guess he's not coming back in the game. I hope he does. This could be Jordan Mason's money the rest of the way. The Vikings are 3 of 8 on 3rd down. They now lead by a touchdown after the Jake Bates field goal. 14 minutes to go in the game. Vikings are 3 of 4, 3 and 4. Lions are 5 and 2. McCarthy. He's out of the shotgun, puts Jefferson in motion to the right. 3 receivers right, Lions rush 4. JJ, he's trying to run away from Anzalone.
Get up, you've been touched.
He gets away, but Aiden Hutchinson tripped him up. That'll count as a sack. And now the Vikings go 3 and out and are punting for Aiden Hutchinson, his 7th sack this year.
Yeah, for some reason he should have thrown that football quickly. It was a quick set. He planted his feet and just did not pull the trigger. Almost got out of there and ended up kind of tripping over his own feet, so to speak. But that's a disappointing set of downs with a 2-score lead, Paul, because every time you move the chains and every time you get a second off the clock, that's just less for the Lions. So not the kind of drive that you need right now.
4th sack for the Lions. Ryan Wright with an excellent punt. Flag comes in late. It went out of bounds on the Lions bench side, nullifying Khalif Raymond, who is no joke.
Javier Thomas, I think, is going to get another penalty.
Oh, come on, really?
I don't know. Well, he threw. There was a flag, and then the hat came out.
Did he go out of bounds and come back in?
Yeah, well, he didn't come back in right away. I saw him running right down the white paint on the sideline, and you have to make an effort to get back in.
Yeah, 50-yard punt.
So
unsportsmanlike conduct by the kicking team, number 37.
Jeez.
We'll add 15 yards for the end of the play.
15.
First down and 10, Detroit. Timeout.
Wow. Javier Thomas now has cost the team a kick return touchdown and just did that. On the Sleep Number scoreboard, 13:10 to go in the game, 24-17 Vikings on the KFA and Minnesota Vikings audio network, driven by Polaris.
No matter who you are or what you do, there's a Ford vehicle that can help you own the day. Make life on the go feel like a breeze in the new Ford Explorer. Make tough tasks look easy with the powerful performance of a new built Ford Tough F-Series truck, the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years. Or take your adventures in the great outdoors to a whole new level with our built wild family of Ford Broncos. Whether it's for work or play, there's a Ford with a great deal waiting for you at your local Northland Ford dealers. Don't wait, get behind the wheel of a new Ford today, based on calendar year total sales.
You're listening to Vikings football.
A winning team
needs great players. At Trade Home Shoes, we have legendary players like Birkenstock, Brooks, New Balance, UGG, Adidas, and Nike. We also have top performers like Hoka, On, Olakai, UFOs, Ultra, and a rising star, Rival. Whether you're gearing up for game day or the daily hustle, score a winning pair for the whole family at Trade Home Shoes. Proud partner of the Minnesota Vikings. Trade Home Shoes. Enjoy life. Feet first.
Vikings fans, FanDuel Sports Network is your home for exclusive coverage of your favorite local teams. And there are more ways to watch this season. Subscribe directly to FanDuel Sports Network to stream your hometown teams. Or watch through a TV provider. Visit FanDuelSportsNetwork.com for details.
Hey, friends with food allergies, life is about to get way easier. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Look, let's not argue. You've got enough stress. Just remember this name. Liam's. Liam's. Lee to the ums. As in Liam's frozen entrees that are free of the top 9 allergens. What? Gluten-free, too. Delicious, nutritious, ready in minutes, safe meals for you, your kids, and even those adorable people who can eat whatever they want. Liam's rocks. To find which grocer's freezers are cool enough to stock Liam's, head to saferplate.com.
This is Vikings Lions live on the Fan. Here's Paul Allen.
Lions ball, Vikings lead 24-17. Welcome back to Ford Field, 13-10 to go in the game. And Jared Goff and the Lions break the huddle. The tailback is David Montgomery. He has a fumble, which was recovered by Harrison Smith, forced by Cashman. Handoff Montgomery. He stumbles his way up the middle to the 40-45. Then into Vikings territory, it's an 11-yard stumble by David Montgomery. So now the Detroit Lions have run for 55 yards with 0 touchdowns, and they have 1 fumble. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 4 catches, 51 yards, 0 TDs. Into the week, he led the NFL in touchdowns. Sam Laporta, 3 catches, 61 yards, and a touchdown on the first drive. Since 2 catches, 14 yards, and 0 scores. Handoff David Montgomery to the right side. Outside the hash marks, and he's hit at the 47 and stopped after a gain of 4, maybe 3. It'll be 2nd and 6 for the Lions from the Vikings 45. But how about that? Laporta, 361-1 on the first drive. 2-14-0 the rest of the way.
Yeah, and to go back to play, Ivan Pace just he stepped up into the hole and just kind of fell down. So he totally whiffed on that first 11-yard run by Montgomery.
Tight end Brock Wright motions to the backfield. Offset eye left behind Goff, who's under center. Taylor Decker, their left tackle, back in the game, by the way. 2nd and actually 7. Handoff Montgomery. Blake Cashman wraps him up at the 44, and Montgomery falls ahead to the 43 for just a gain of 3. So now it's 3rd and 4 from the Vikings 43, Blake Cashman.
Yeah, what a huge play by Cashman, just being physical, meeting the blocker on his side of the line of scrimmage, and then getting off that block and making the play. Ivan Pace also doing a very, very good job. The linebacker, this whole defense has been a lot more physical today, Paul, and we've seen in a long, why that is, I'm not really sure, but they've taken it personally, and they've come out today and they've pushed some people around.
Cashman, 14 tackles and a forced fumble. Lions, 4 of 13 on 3rd down. It's a gun run to Montgomery, and he heads to the outside. Andrew Van Ginkel wraps him up from behind, along with a couple other Vikings. It's a gain of 2, so that's going to make it 4th and 2 from the Vikings 41. Minnesota leads 24-17. The Lions on the season are 10 of 15 on 4th down. They're 2 of 2 on 4th down today, and both of their 4th down conversions, well, they've been touchdowns, and they break the huddle.
Here we go.
4th and 2 from the Vikings 41. Snap. 4-man rush. Goff bounces around, throws right, caught Laporta first down. He was uncovered. And he shakes an Isaiah Rodgers tackle at the 30. Laporta gets to the 25, make it the 24. Sam Laporta with a 17-yard cold-blooded catch and run first down.
Yeah, too much time for Goff, Paul. Normally he hasn't had enough time to go from 1 to 2 to 3. That time he did.
Yeah.
The coverage worked its way over, and Laporta was able to sneak behind it. So I mean, that's 4th and 2 to run a play like that, and we've been getting after Goff the way they have, so they won that last down. They protected Goff, and he's able to do what we've seen him do so many times against us.
6 catches, 97 yards, and a touchdown for Sam Laporta. First down, handoff, David Montgomery. Tried the middle, then went to jump cutting right. Nothing was there. Flag on the play, and after all that, he's thwarted near the line of scrimmage, maybe got a yard.
This is going to be a go against the Lions.
Sweet.
Blocking the back.
Well, you and Ben hit on it early, the physicality. Well, let's get to Clay Martin's call here. The physicality by the Vikings lines, offensive and defensive lines, but specifically this defensive line, has dictated the tempo for the entire game.
Absolutely. And Grenard talked about Detroit and playing Detroit and what it means to him.
Illegal block in the back. Offense number 10.
Excellent.
10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
Bro, they don't have a 10.
Correction 1.
And Taylor
It was Jamison Williams.
Okay.
Just smashed Joshua Metellus from behind. 8 penalties, 70 yards for the Kitties against 5 and 41 for the Vikings.
And Tate Ratledge, number 69, is heading back to the locker room for the Lions. So they've got somewhat, we'll have to check in, but he was playing right guard for him.
We'll get that in a moment. 1st and 20. Goff back to pass. Grenard from behind him. Can't get him. Goff overshoots the intended receiver. Back center of the end zone. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Holding here on the Lions. Let's back him up again.
It's going to be on Decker. I mean, Decker's out there battling through this knee. He's one-legged. They've got...
Holding. Offense number 68. Penalties decline. It's 2nd down.
They got Owashika at right guard, who's coming. Sometimes he's actually the normally comes in, or sometimes without Skipper for that extra lineman. So they've got an injured Taylor Decker. They got Kawasika at the other guard. He has played quite a bit, so he's not new. It's not as if they have a backup guy who's never seen the field before, but all the pressure that we can put on this offensive line, Paul, is going to help. And this looks like it's going to be some type of a quick throw right here, I bet.
2nd and 20 from the Vikings 34. It's a quick throw out left to Amon-Ra St. Brown. Caught at the 35. Jonathan Grenard violently brings him down at the 28. So that's going to be a quick hitting gain of 6 yards. It's now 3rd and 14 from the Vikings 28. 9:15 and counting to go in this division collision. And the Vikings lead 24-17.
Yeah, you have to think that if the Lions can get this to 3 or 4 yards for 4th down, they're going to go for it. So this is a hugely important play right here.
They're 4 of 14 on 3rd down. Amon-Ra St. Brown kind of lazily goes in motion to the right. Gibbs jumps to the left of Goff out of the shotgun, takes the snap. Jared Goff throws to the right side, caught Amon-Ra St. Brown at the 19. That's a gain of 9. They did exactly what the analyst said. They've set it up for 4th and 5 from the Vikings 19. But by the way,
Amon-Ra's down.
Amon-Ra's down now, kicking up his left leg. And we'll have a play stoppage. Wow, what a physical game this is, Pete.
Yeah, it has been. And for the Vikings, they've weathered this storm. I mean, Aaron Jones notwithstanding, but I tell you what a shot in the arm he was for this offense until the shoulder injury put him under the tent. So the Lions, they're a tough team, right? Taylor
9 runs, 78 yards for Aaron Jones before he left.
Taylor Decker staying in there, coming out, coming back in. Tate Ratledge goes out at guard, and right now you also have Amon-Ra St. Brown, who's really the engine of this offense on the ground.
We're going to pause. Sleep number scoreboard 8. No, hold on, we're not going to pause. Amon-Ra St. Brown's walking up the field under his own power. Fox Local is a free streaming app. Search Fox Local on your streaming device. Install and stay connected to your Vikings and local news with Fox Local. All right, 4th and 5 for the Lions. They're 3 of 3 on 4th down today and 11 of 16 this season. It's their bit. It's what they do. They go for it on 4th down at all spots of the field. This time they're going to be doing so with a replacement at right guard and kind of a battered left tackle in Taylor Decker. 4th and 5 from the Vikings 19. Minnesota leads 24-17. Khalif Raymond in motion to the left. Goff points at Cashman. Raymond in motion in front of him. They got Grenard to jump. Brilliant. That's just very well done by Jared Goff.
Good Lord.
That's very, very well done.
Oh, guys.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense number 58. 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
They were gonna kick the field goal.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you just need to tip your cap, and here's why. Because after that kill bit, they go for it on fourth down so much.
Yes.
You're conditioned to think, of course they're going to go for it because they're losing in the game, and the got Grenard to jump.
You're absolutely right. Now for Grenard, now's a good time for him to make up for it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that, and he has the ability and the will to do it. So.
Well, the Lions, they're without Amon-Ra.
Oh, yeah, he can't. He can't. He has to come out for a play.
That's what I thought.
Because that play didn't count.
Right.
So
he's got to sit out one more play.
Yep, thank you.
Khalif Raymond coming in.
Mm-hmm. They tried to push the old envelope there, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. No, yeah, you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, I guess. I'm just kidding. No, it's smart play. I'm not saying that was the case.
I'm just kidding.
Usually when the ball snapped like that and everything, it doesn't count it as a play, but it wasn't.
8:11 to go in the game.
All right, defense, let's go. They've outside of a couple small mistakes, Paul, they played masterfully today.
Jamison Williams left. 3 to the right, including Wright and Laporta, 2 tight ends on first down. Middle of the fourth quarter, 1st and 10 from the Vikings 14. Goff, straight drop, steps up, dumps over the middle, incomplete. Why? Because he was smacked right as he threw the ball, and he split the difference between, I think, David Montgomery and another receiver. So
now Christian Mahogany is down, their other guard.
2nd and 10
for the Detroit Lions. So,
oh wow,
Javon Hargrave got through there like a shot.
Yeah, I mean, I know Hargrave had 2 sacks against the Chicago Bears week 1. I'm just going to say this is by far the best game he's ever played wearing purple, because this O-line ain't the Bears O-line.
Right, absolutely. He's, like I said, you watched film on him last year. He was playing at an all-pro level.
All right, we're going to pause for real this time. 7:48 to go in the game. Vikes lead 24-17 from Ford Field on the KFAN Minnesota Vikings Audio Network, driven by Polaris.
Hey, Vikings fans, are you ready to grow your own Super Bowl team? GPAC has 34 years in the recruiting game, and we're here to help you source top talent across multiple industries nationwide. Don't wait on the sidelines. Visit GoGPAC.com today. That's GOGPAC.com. GPAC, your friends in South Dakota and proud supporters of the Minnesota Vikings. Skol Vikings and go GPAC!
You track the scoreboard, you study the stats of every game, so why not do the same with your stocks? At MarketBeat, we give you the tools and alerts to stay ahead of the market, just like you do with your fantasy league. Join the millions of investors who rely on MarketBeat for breaking stock news, top analyst upgrades, and smarter investing tips delivered daily. Visit MarketBeat.com or check out our YouTube channel, where investors go to win.
For the Vikings, growth is a team effort. Coaches maximize performance. Teammates push your limits. But in business, who's there to help you grow? Lumen, that's who. Like saving live broadcasts from lag time, helping deliver the in-stadium experience for fans with millions more around the globe, and bringing all the benefits of the cloud to your network. So it's as secure as a defensive line and as legendary as the fans that cheer them on. Welcome to the on-demand network that meets your demands. Learn more at lumen.com. Services not available everywhere.
Vikings fans, looking to upgrade your wardrobe? This local brand based in St. Paul will become your new go-to. Unreal is the premium athleisure brand that combines comfort, versatility, and style, crafting elevated apparel that will take you from the office to the gym or the airport to the golf course. Wherever you go, they've got you covered. Shop now at unreal.com and experience the difference yourself. That's UNRL.com, the best athleisure wear in the game.
Hey Vikes fans, it's head coach Kevin O'Connell. Join PA and I Tuesday mornings at 11 a.m. to talk about today's game and look ahead to our next opponent, right here on the audio home for Vikings football, KFAN.
Welcome back to the game. Unfortunately, some injury news for the Lions. Their right guard, Tate Ratledge, left the game earlier. Coyote Owashika is in for the game. And then also now Christian Mahogany just got carted off. He's their left guard. It looks like Tristan Colon is going to be in the game. And guys, by my calculations, they are out of reserve offensive linemen. And keep in mind, Panay Sewell has been a little banged up in this game with a shoulder issue. And so has Taylor Decker with a knee issue. So they're going to have to hold this line together.
They got Skipper still on the sideline.
Oh,
They
yeah.
got one other body.
All right, 2nd and 10. Toss left. Jameer Gibbs gets to the 15-yard line and runs headfirst into Metellus, who stops him at the 14. So that's going to be no gain. No gain for Jameer Gibbs. Maybe a yard, okay? Middle of the 4th quarter. 3rd and 9 from the Vikings 13 for the Lions. Minnesota leads 24-17. There are 2 replacements in the game for the Lions with their Motor City Moving Company, both guards, left and right guard. And the Lions are 4 of 15 on 3rd down. 3rd and 9 from the Vikings 13. Goff, shotgun. Laporta motion.
False start.
3rd and 14.
There we go. It's not because of noise, that's for sure.
It's the new left guard.
False start. Offense number 68. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Yeah, they got Dan Skipper, but this one's kind of reminding me of 2014 or 15, one of those 2 years at the College Stadium, when Tice was the offensive coordinator or line coach for the Falcons, and they had all those offensive line injuries, and they ended up having to use tight end Levine Toilolo as like a tackle.
They had 5 new starters in that game.
Here we go. 3rd and 14 from the Vikings 18. Goff. Shotgun. Takes the snap. Looks right. About to be sacked. He's sacked again! Jalen Redmond got him this time. Back at the 29, 4th sack this season for Redmond. And Jake Bates is in to attempt a field goal. Clock runs 6:50 and counting to go in the game. What a beautiful Sunday this may be.
Yeah, masterful job by Flores in that case, only going with a 3-man rush, taking away everything underneath, and Jalen Redmond on a looping stunt to the outside. So with a 3-man rush, Paul, we are still able to get pressure on Goff by mixing it up. We've been blitzing. We've been all out blitzing. Now rushing 3.
45-yard try left hash for Bates. Snap spot. It's blocked. Oh, Isaiah Rodgers picked it up. Good luck stopping him. He's to the 50, to the 40, and he's pushed out of bounds at the 20 by Jack Fox, the punter, who must be fast. I mean, I'm surprised Isaiah Rodgers didn't get to the house, but still, it's a blocked field goal, and Isaiah Rodgers runs all the way down to the 26-yard line. 24-17 here. Let's go back to Muss at Scoreboard Central.
Thanks, PA, and it's brought to you by U.S. Bank, the official bank of the Minnesota Vikings. Flacco has thrown a couple of touchdowns. Caleb Williams, he's thrown a couple of touchdowns. Bears are up 34-27 over the Bengals. McCaffrey, 97 yards on the ground with a touchdown rushing. Also 67 through the air and a touchdown as well receiving. 49ers are up over the Giants 34-24. And it's all tied up at 13 in Green Bay. Panthers and, of course, the Packers. Now back to PA.
Isaiah Rodgers off the edge, getting a hand in there to block would have brought a field goal attempt, which would have made this game 24-20. Paul, I didn't even think about it, but the loss of these offensive linemen and how much it's going to affect the field goal try, I don't think that front was ready because no one even turned out to try to block Isaiah Rodgers.
McCarthy tossed right to Mason, turns it up outside the numbers to the 25, lowers the helmet at the 24, and is stopped at the 21-yard line. Isaiah Rodgers with a 5-yard run, making it 2nd and 5. 24-17 Minnesota, 6 minutes to go in the game.
What a huge play. This defense, we talked about it outside again of that first drive. Magnificent 3-man rush. We're mixing it up. Van Ginkel and Jalen Redmond getting a good stunt, getting the sack, and then coming out and blocking the field goal attempt after Detroit has lost half of their offensive line.
Yeah.
Just a fantastic job. Special teams today, great job.
Jefferson motions to the backfield behind McCarthy, who feigns throwing it to Justin and now runs flag on the play. Up the middle to the 20. He dives for a first down to the 16-yard line, pending infraction.
Yeah, they're calling a holding on Christian Darrisaw.
That'd be his second penalty.
But again, it's, plays break down. That wasn't a designed run by any means. And
holding. Offense number 74. 10-yard penalty.
Oh, Donovan
Second
Jackson.
down.
Donovan Jackson.
All right.
Well, that's the other thing. In this area, Paul, a field goal puts you up by 2 scores with 5:31 left in the game. So positive yardage here is so important, right? Positive yardage. We can't go backwards. So that penalty right there really sets us back. And I mean, we got him on the ropes. You've got to be tough enough.
Agreed.
You've done everything all day long to get here. You've got to be tough enough to close the door.
You can't play this well against this team and not leave with the money. McCarthy under center. It's an end around to Jordan Addison. Left to right. Gets to the 30, 25, and he's taken down at the 15. But the run by Addison is a 16-yard run. That's the longest of his career. And a first down at the Lions 15. And Pete, the clock's running.
It is. That's the important part. Listen, Kevin O'Connell and Wes Phillips deserve a ton of credit for the way that they've called this football game with giving J.J. McCarthy the time that he needs, because he has played so much. We've seen about 3 football games of him, and he's looked better today than we've seen all year. And the play calling, the mixing it up, it's been fabulous.
First down, McCarthy under center, and to Mason, left side, and he stiff arms Terry on Arnold beautifully.
Come on!
He gets to the 10, to the 5. I got my binoculars on. I'm assuming there's a penalty. Wow, that stiff arm on Terry on Arnold was awesome.
This is going against the Lions, Paul.
12-yard run.
Come on, go against the Lions, baby.
Come on, Clay.
One time.
During the run, holding, defense number 54.
Sweet.
Half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
Well, if nobody's going to say Aleem McNeil's name, let it be Clay Martin to say it first.
Yeah, absolutely. Aleem McNeil. You don't see, how often do you see defensive holding penalties, right? At this, so I freaked out because I saw the flag coming from the back judge.
Boy, I tell you what, Jordan Mason, stiff arm Terry on Arnold from Detroit to Dearborn.
Yeah, that was a design cutback because of the way the contain was blocked. He was blocked in. So we've seen Jordan Mason try to bounce things outside and draw penalties. In that case, that was a design bounce, cutback. Get him one-on-one in space.
First and goal for the Vikings. Straight eye behind McCarthy. The tailback's Jordan Mason. Handoff Mason up the middle, and he's smacked at the point of attack, and it's no gain. No gain. It's in between. The ball's in between the 1 and the 2. Clock runs, each team with 3 timeouts, 4:10 and counting to go in the in the game. And it'll be second and goal from the 1.
Nothing wrong with running the football here one more time.
Let's make them use those timeouts, if anything.
Oh, absolutely.
Field goal, 2-score game.
You keep the clock going. You got about 2 yards to go. But this is where you could put an exclamation point on this game. If you could run this football into the end zone right here.
Mason, the single set. 2 receivers to the right. Addison in motion to the left. Second and goal. McCarthy boots out to the right. Throws to the end zone, incomplete. Terry on Arnold with about the best play I've ever seen him make. But then again, I don't watch Alabama football. He was singled up against Jefferson, and he covered 18 beautifully. But the negative here, man, is the clock stopped.
Right, exactly right, Paul. And that's what I'm saying. It's go ahead. I mean, they're going heavy jumbo now. So now's when you want to throw that football.
Oh, here comes Joe Huber. We got a jumbo package.
This? We got all the big bodies out there.
We're going to Dan Skipper's team. Huber, the rookie guard, is to the right of O'Neal. Third and goal. Tightly packed eye behind McCarthy. Fakes the handoff, boots out to the left. And McCarthy runs inside the 10 to the 5. Leaps for the end zone and is smacked out of bounds.
That was a quarterback rollout, Paul. That was a called quarterback rollout. Because the receivers were out wide and they were blocking. It just didn't quite hit home.
That Ohio State rookie, Tyleik Williams, I mean, props to him running as fast as he did for a 330-pound man. Wow, was that impressive.
Yeah, it was. And for McCarthy, stay in bounds. It's not going to hurt you. Just take a little more time off the clock.
Well, I think he was knocked out of bounds, because he angled to his right to try to dive, and he got smacked. All right, here we go. 20-yard field goal. Will Reichert, left hash. Snap spot. Reichert! Yes! 2-score game. 27-17 Minnesota. 3:31 to go in the game. And let's pause for station identification. This right here is Minnesota Vikings football.
This is Vikings Lions on the audio home for Vikings football. FM 100.3 KFXN, Minneapolis, St. Paul, The Fan.
All right, Paul, with 3:31 to go in the fourth quarter, the Vikings Two-score lead, up 27-17. Now the analyst in me, Paul, says we got them on the ropes, meaning this. They are down a number of their offensive linemen. Christian Cologne having to come in at guard. Obasika having to have to play guard on the other side.
Cologne.
Cologne. The ability for them to run a 2-minute offense is going to be impeded, I believe, because of these issues. And you also have Taylor Decker, who's not 100%. So that's the analyst in me. But then again, these Detroit Lions, we know how they are. This is a tough place to win. This is the best we've looked in a long time.
All season.
And the defense, Paul, what a better way than to have them finish this one off.
Ben Lieber, what do you think?
Yeah, guys, I just want to do a little bit of a covenant cleanup for you. I know that we want to give a lot of people props, especially Isaiah Rodgers on that field goal block, but upon further review, guys, it was El Presidente. It was Levi Drake Rodriguez. LDR up the middle. He's one with the penetration, gets the handball, and that's when Rodgers picked it up.
Boom! There's Reichert's kick. And Sailors from the 5, far side to the 10 to the 15 to the 20. Jukes right, Jukes left. Then he runs into several Vikings who throw him down. Tavier Thomas tried to strip the ball. Been a rough Sunday for old Tavier. He had a hold on what would have been a Miles Price long kick return touchdown, legitimate call, and then also a 15-yard penalty on earlier in this quarter. But
that was a dumb one because he knows he can't run out of bounds like that. Yeah. So they gave him the 15-yard on sportsmanlike conduct. Here we go.
Vikings up 10 as 9-point underdogs, 27-17, 3:23 to go. Jared Goff shotgun. Replacements at left and right guard. Vikings blitz. Goff bouncing around, throws over the middle, caught at the 34-yard line by Amon-Ra St. Brown, tackled by Dallas Turner, gain of 4. Lions have all 3 timeouts and are in a hurry. Khalif Raymond runs back fast to the line of scrimmage. Make that far right, and Goff's going to throw right, caught Amon-Ra St. Brown at the Vikings 47-yard line, tackled post haste by Fabian Moreau. 19-yard hit, 250 and counting to go in the game.
That's a simple seam route, all 4 seams, and they just kind of settled in the zones. The rush has got to get there.
Blitz on Goff, so he throws hot left. It's caught. Amon-Ra St. Brown shakes an Isaiah Rodgers tackle at the 43, spins to the 40, stopped at the 38. It's a gain of 8, 2.5 minutes to go in the game. The Lions still have all 3 of their timeouts. They have confusion.
Amon-Ra had to take himself out, Paul. He limped his way off the field.
Isaac Toslaw wasn't sure if he should come in, but he did. Goff out of the shotgun. He's going to hand it to Jahmyr Gibbs. Nondescript day for him. Wrapped up by Jonathan Allen for a gain of 1. So that'll make it 3rd and 1 from the Vikings 37-yard line. 2:09 to go in the game. 2:05. Lions have all 3 timeouts. They're not going to run a play. Ooh, listen to the crowd. Ooh.
How quickly the worm can turn.
All right, we pause. Minnesota 27, Lions 17, 2 minutes to go in the game from Ford Field on the KFAN Minnesota Vikings Audio Network, driven by Polaris.
For Minnesotans, the outdoors is home. Nobody gives you more ways to get there than Polaris. From Indian motorcycles and Ranger side-by-sides to Indy snowmobiles and Bennington pontoons, we bring Minnesota's best to every season. Our wooded trails, twisted highways, and the rugged shores of all 10,000 lakes are an invitation. A chance to let what's outside challenge what's inside you. Polaris. Think outside. A proud partner of your Minnesota Vikings.
Every team needs a top pick, and every home does too. That's why pros and homeowners choose Anderson, the #1 trusted window and door brand. Built to last through every season, Anderson makes it easy with windows and doors that perform as great as they look. So whether it's scoring style points or tackling tough weather, you can trust your home to Anderson, the official window and door partner of the Minnesota Vikings. 2024 Anderson brand surveys of U.S. contractors, builders, architects, and homeowners. For warranty info, visit AndersonWindows.com.
For all the things you have to do and places you need to be, let Uber take you there. Because you had just one more 3 rounds ago. Because the 5 a.m. flight seemed like a good idea at the time. Because check engine lights always appear at the worst possible times. And because parking downtown is a nightmare. Because there are nights out, airport trips, and car troubles in your area, there are drivers in your area. Uber. Request a ride today. Wait time varies. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
Ready? Set!
TCO, for when the Minnesota Vikings need the best sports medicine available.
Ready? Set!
TCO, for partnering with more schools and communities.
Ready? Set!
TCO, for more urgent care locations ready to go. Twin Cities Orthopedics. Ready, set, TCO. Learn more at tcomn.com.
Listen to the Common Man program along with Tanner B and Mark Rosen Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays right here on FM 100.3 KFAN. We call ourselves The Fan.
27-17 Minnesota. 2 minutes to go in the game. 3rd and 1 for the Lions from the Vikings 37. What do you think, analyst?
Well, I think Dan Campbell might be staring 0-3 against quarterbacks in their 3rd career game. Here we go.
3rd down. It's 3rd and 1. 2 minutes to go in the game. Goff takes the snap out of the shotgun. 4-man rush. Fade left to Williams.
Push off!
Caught at the 10.
Oh, my God!
And that was an awful push-off touchdown. Yeah. Is there a flag? No flag.
How can there not be a flag on that?
I think they might say Williams is out of bounds at the 3. No, and it's right in front of us.
I don't care. That was awful. That was ridiculous.
Agreed.
Why are you even out there?
Agreed. Yeah, he pushed off on Isaiah Rodgers. It was as plain as day.
And now the crowd's booing because...
Yeah, okay. That's terrible, man.
Whatever. That's awful. That's pathetic is what that is.
Yeah.
Absolutely ridiculous.
All right, Clay Martin getting with his guys.
After review, the ruling has been changed to a touchdown.
Oh, my heavens.
Garbage.
Yeah, see, and notice here at Ford Field.
No, they're not going to show the whole play.
You frauds. You frauds. Show the entire play so people can see Williams push off on Rodgers. Instead, they pick it up at like the 9.
Absolute fraud. I mean, you're right, Paul. It's ridiculous because Isaiah Rodgers was in great position.
Yeah.
And it was so, I mean, the most obvious push-off that I've seen.
Well, you know what?
I don't know. I mean, you don't know what an interception is. You don't know what a catch is.
Right.
And then you can't see a push-off.
Get a first down, 1 or 2, and the game's over. Bates, extra point, down by 4. Snap spot. Bates. It's good. 27-24 Vikings, 1:55 to go in the game. And let's just call this fairness and analyst act. Pete Bursage's reaction when you see the replay, he's 100% right. Jamison Williams shoved Isaiah Rodgers at about the 10-yard line.
I mean, his head snaps back.
Right. Yeah, I know. That's unbelievable.
His head snaps back.
All right.
I mean, I'm upset, Paul.
Yeah.
For this defense, for this team.
Yeah.
They're out here battling away, doing what they have to do against a team that has won by 15 points a game at home.
Yep.
You got them on the ropes. The only thing you don't want to do is let them score quickly, and then they do that garbage, a push-off that's so obvious, and they don't throw the flag. They're throwing flags everywhere else. I'm not saying plays didn't go our way today.
I know.
But at the same time, when it's obvious, you have to call it.
No onside kick try because you have to declare it, and there's no onside kick try here by the Lions. 1:55 to go in the game. Detroit has all 3 timeouts remaining. Boom. Bates with a side-winding kick. Miles Price fields it at the 2. Just go ahead and beat him from the 2 with a kick return. Heads to the left, gets to the 20, and he's taken down at the 23. Holds onto the ball with both arms. And it's a 21-yard return. Hey, Ford Field finally decides to make some noise.
They should have been making noise after that last play.
Yeah. So are you completely run predictable here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Or short pass?
Well, I mean, or bootleg and giving the quarterback a run pass type option, anything like that. You just don't want to, You want to keep the clock moving.
Yep.
So penalty stop, all those things that stop the clock, stay away from.
McCarthy under center. First down from his own 23. It's a busted play. McCarthy looked for Mason. He wasn't there. JJ runs left, and he shook a tackle at the 25, turned it into a 4-yard gain. Timeout by the Lions. I mean, he turned around and looked for Jordan Mason, and he's like, what happened?
Yeah, I'm sorry, but even at the high school level, when you turn the wrong way or open the wrong way, you're going to get yelled at.
Mm-hmm.
So that's twice today. We put a snap on the ground. I mean, there's been some hiccups, but we've been good enough to overcome those. But for JJ to make something out of nothing right there, I mean, imagine how bad of a feeling that is to take the snap and turn and see the running back going the other way at the most critical juncture of a football game.
The indication from Seahawk is that Mason, tapped his chest or something, saying it was his fault. 2nd and 6. Hand off Mason. This operation works right. Heads to the right side. Runs into Terry and Arnold, Alex Anzalone, and Aiden Hutchinson. And boy, are they fired up. It's a gain of 1. So now it's 3rd and 5 from the Vikings 28. Dan Campbell uses his penultimate timeout. And here is the newest, biggest 3rd down in J.J. McCarthy's young career.
And you would have to think that given this situation, they're going to get him out of the pocket, try to roll him out, and give him the ability to either throw the football or run it. But just move the chains one time here, kid.
A first down wins the game.
Yeah, you've had an amazing day. Just move the chains, kid. Let's go.
A first down wins the game for you, J.J. McCarthy. Shotgun, 3rd and 5 from his own 28. 27-24 Minnesota. Detroit with 1 timeout remaining. Snap. 4-man rush. McCarthy throwing right. Naylor. And he caught it! Yes! At the 46-yard line. That's a 16-yard grab by Jalen Naylor. And all you Lions lovers here at Ford Field, where you can head home.
What an amazing throw by J.J. McCarthy. We were almost joking about it. This is the biggest snap of your career. Just move the chains. And he throws a back shoulder fade to Jalen Redmond. That was an absolute, I'm sorry, not Jalen Redmond, but an absolute
Naylor
thing of beauty to Jalen Naylor. Holy cow.
McCarthy, victory formation, takes a knee. Campbell uses his final timeout, I believe. Yes, he does. 56 seconds to go in the game. That's the Lions' last timeout, and 2nd and 11. So McCarthy gets 2 more victories. The game's over.
Yeah.
The Vikings have snapped their 2-game losing streak. And for the first time, Kevin O'Connell has come to Ford Field and left a winner. He was 0-3 into today's game. And what was strange about that is O'Connell is 6-1 all time at Lambeau and Soldier Field.
Yeah.
Couldn't get that Ford Field thing figured out until today. And there were several who had a lot to do with it. J.J. McCarthy being one. Aaron Jones, while he was in the game, being another. Blake Cashman played as good a game as we've ever seen Blake Cashman play. Likewise for Michigan native Eric Wilson, who had a couple of sacks, and he's high-fiving over there with Jonathan Bernard and Javon Hargrave. And Ben Lieber is going to chat with Eric Wilson coming up here shortly, so make sure you don't leave. McCarthy takes a knee. And the Minnesota Vikings have defeated the Detroit Lions 27-24.
And Paul, I have to say, this is the most impressive win that Kevin O'Connell has had as a head coach here with the Minnesota Vikings. You come in here, a place you haven't won, 8.5-point underdogs. You've dealt with the injuries all season long. You've dealt with multiple quarterbacks all season long. You've got your young quarterback starting only the 3rd game of his entire career. And for him to come off in that first half and just fire bullets, the accuracy, the long throws from one hash mark to the sideline on the other side of the field, just an out.
But since week 4, the Chiefs have been the best team in the red zone. They've been remarkable in the red zone. One of the 4 times they didn't make it in that span was they didn't try against Washington. And Pat Mahomes, since week 4, is the best quarterback in the NFL. 14 touchdown passes, 2 touchdown rushing.
Yeah, Patrick has done an excellent job of making smart decisions. He's not trying to fit the ball into tight windows. We saw the deflected passes. 2 of his 4 interceptions on the season are deflected passes off of his own players. He's been smarter this year. He's matured in exceptional fashion. And when he has an option, whether to throw a check down to a running back in the backfield or hit Noah Gray for a potential 3 or 4